Where is your past? Tomorrow people, how long will you last? Tell me, tomorrow's people, how long will you last? Tomorrow's people, how long will you last? Good morning, hang on, getting ready. Tomorrow's people. I have a point I'm gonna make. Tomorrow's people, where is your past? Tomorrow's people, how long will you last? I'm ready for the zombie apocalypse, to be honest with y'all. I saw a post. I think it's just the Crystal put this one up. Hang on, let me say it. How long will you last? Yeah. I'm hoping. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna share it with you first. Hang on. Got that. Share. Let's do this. Let me get the link so I can see the comments. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Great morning. Hopefully y'all watched Del Big Tree yesterday. Stay focused. Keep calm. Pray for the apocalypse. Oh yeah, I want an apocalypse. I'm such a collapser. I'm such an apocalypser. I am. I would thrive in the apocalypse. I'd do fantastic. I'm just so sick of y'all's world. And for tomorrow's people, who's that? Ziggy Marley, right? No hope for you, tomorrow's people. Where is your past? I know where your past is at. Tomorrow's people. How long will you last? I don't know. For me, everything is about the kids. Everything is about getting better, doing better, being better. And hang on, I'm not even ready to go. Let me stop. I'm not even running my mouth. I'm gonna show you this. It's ready to go. Nope, it's not ready to go. Oh my gosh, I'm ready for the apocalypse. I gotta show you this post that Crystal posted. Hang on a second. Let me try to see it now. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Megs. Just listening in today as I do chores. I'm glad you are. I ain't doing no chores. I was supposed to take out trash this morning. I didn't take out that trash. Megs, I looked at the trash. The trash and I looked at each other for a little while. I realized that I don't like y'all's world. This is what I like. Y'all see this right here? I don't know who I think Crystal put that one out there first. I'm ready for a turn to the zombie apocalypse. I'm ready for the apocalypse. I'm done. And this is my stance on it. I know people dying. People die every year flu season. I get that. If you watched Del Big Tree yesterday, you would understand that this thing is dying out in the nations it started in. China's getting back online. Why? Because flu season's coming to an end. So we've collapsed the world's currencies for what? The digital dollar. But I'm not upset with that. I just like to say it because it's true. Right? You saw the digital dollar, and Corbett didn't do his video yet on his deep dive into what the digital dollar is. So we're not even going to get into that. I just like to say that because that's true. We need to know why things happen. But as far as your world, oh no, I'm hoping if I get, and I'm going to speak from my perspective. Hang on. Let me put this to the back. Let me lower it down. Right here. I hope it turns to the zombie apocalypse, and I hope I'm the first one that gets it. Not you. I hope you get better. But I hope when I get it, I hope it turns into a flesh-eating zombie. I'm going to start jogging here in the distance. It's going to be me turning. Why? Because either we go back to an egalitarian society where we as collectives work together in small tribes and groups and people growing herbs and fruits and trees and taking care of each other, looking out for each other, acting like we're human damn beings. Or we go to a resource-based economy. We grow the hell up. We just discover equality. We turn these ice hearts into like warm blood-pumping hearts and look out for everybody. Use automation and robots to take care of everybody. Get rid of these adult heroes. But this in the middle stuff, this may keeping me an apathetic zombie because The Walking Dead has already started. I mean, if you really think about it, we're already walking dead. We're walking dead. We don't give a damn about nobody but ourselves. We already We are the Walking Dead from a psychological perspective. We are walking and we're dead. Literally, some people literally. Some people, the pharmaceutical industry got so far down this debilitated immune system situation that they can't even process what health is. They have no semblance of an immune system, right? And so, of course, when things blow through, they get every last sickness that comes through. So I'm all for the zombie apocalypse. I think let's get it started. Let's get it started. I'm ready for it. I'm not really ready for it, but I'll be fine. I'll be the first zombie. Let me be the first one. I'll be the first one. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? I'm finishing the garden today. Did you, Christine? I did start. I didn't finish. I started. My tomatoes are coming up. I'm getting excited. My peppers, I'm getting excited. I planted a whole bunch of new stuff this Christine for the community that I don't even know how to grow it. I'm just excited about it. I'm like, yeah, it's coming up. The seeds are coming up. I have no damn idea how to grow squash. I ain't never grown squash. I know I ain't no okra in there. Don't ask me about that. Ain't no damn okra in there. I'm growing a whole bunch of beans and peas and arugula and spinach and lettuce. I like 8 different lettuces. I'm just branching out. Sunflowers, my usual tomatoes and peppers. And my Djibouti kaba had fruit this morning. Did I show y'all that? I'm all excited. This is why I thrive in times that we have to act like a collective and look out for each other. I'll thrive, but I will not thrive in an economic, enslaving, currency ruling, king lord, pick which lord you love the most, which one's telling what's true, and everything's a lie apocalypse. I was taking my trees out this morning, Christine. Where's mine? I got to do that old eye thing because I got these old 29-year-old eyes and I got to go like this. I got to get those glasses where you can look over. See right there? That's my Djibouti kaba fruit. I'm all excited. That's a Brazilian tree. I grow all kind of weird fruit. It started fruiting this morning, so I started taking everybody outside, get them outside, get all the kids outside so they can start to produce their fruit. So yeah, I started in the garden this morning. Where are the others? Oh, well, you know what? What's the name is streaming right now. I'm late. I'm super late. And so I might be running into Patricia's stream time. So, but I have to say what I got to say. Then I got to get out to the garden, so I really don't have a whole lot of time. What I'll do is let me post the link real quick. I didn't post a link in a couple of days. That's part of it too. Me and Facebook, we're still on the outs. We're still on the outs. Facebook doesn't even notice, but yeah, I'm not interested in Facebook. I'm really not interested. I haven't been sharing the links. All right, but for the sake of pulling more people off that platform, if we can, I'll do this. I'll post a link there. I want to talk about the zombie apocalypse. I'm ready for it. I'd take a zombie apocalypse any day. Any day. As long as we're collective. We can be a 7 billion collective all over the planet looking out for each other, or we can be tribes living, surviving, running from zombies, or just like egalitarian days. Go back to before the mound builders, Clovis people. I'm fine with that. Native American, Germanic tribes, African tribes. I'm good with all of that, but like keeping the apathy alive. I don't want to do it. Weird times. Oh, very weird times, Christine. Very weird times. Good morning, Susan. I think it's lagging on my end. Yeah, weird things are happening on YouTube, Susan. I'm noticing other live streamers are posting and they're saying that, well, they're doing test posts because things aren't working. So whatever happened yesterday, probably was some sort of a software rollout. I don't know. They've already warned us that they're going to be deleting a lot of videos. They've already warned us that, they'll probably be using buffering, just to watch what people are saying. They want to control the narrative. And to me, I don't really care about their narrative. Like the whole thing about did y'all see ABC News? ABC News posted a link and said, you conspiracy theorist, that the COVID-19, whatever it is, flu season virus, that it wasn't made in the weapons lab. I had to just, cause I'm me, the way my mind works, I'm always wanting solutions. Like I really don't care the details. The details are interesting. The details are fun. The details allows ABC to sell papers and the conspiracy theorists to sell papers and the Russians to sell papers and whoever else, whatever. At the end of the day, I want to get down to a solution. And whether it was engineered, not engineered, one of the theories from that scientist from Del Bigtree's video was that it was China tried to get the jump on the flu season with a vaccine that went wrong. America released it, but according to the Russians and the other, I don't really care about that. And the monkey and the snake is my favorite one. That's my favorite one. But I don't really care. At the end of the day, the solution doesn't change. Whether it was the Americans, the CIA, MI6, the Russians, the Chinese, the vaccine, or nature, that doesn't change what we need to do. So for me, everything needs to come down to a practical solution. And once I've gotten down to the practical solution in my head where it makes sense, I really don't, the details are fun. They're interesting. It's like television, fantasy, but it doesn't change the solution. You can't have bioweapons lab. You can't have governments with secrets And you have to look out for everybody. Then these things won't happen. You can't have a for-profit pharmaceutical industry keeping people sick. You can't do it. Well, there's a patent on it. Well, Patricia, that's true. That's true. And so, the thing is, but I don't really like to. I think, well, how did I put it? I just said that it's still out there for debate in the scientific community because you have some people are saying it and some don't. Right? And that patent was what, in 2008? He said that they patented I forgot the specifics. And that's why he ran towards it immediately. The dude on Del Bigtree, PhD, he said, well, they had a patent for it and they applied for it in 2008. And now here we go all of a sudden. I forgot what it's called. But for me, I'm fine with that. Like whatever it is. I believe in economics though. So that's how my mind gets down. If somebody's making money on it, everybody needs money, then odds are that's the answer, right? If it's about if it's for power, if someone can gain power or money from it, and everybody wants to rule the world and everybody wants more money, then theoretically it makes sense to me. That's what's going on. So anyway, I'm all for the zombie apocalypse. I'm just ready for it. I think this is better than anything we got today. I think a collapse is better than, let me change the music. A collapse is better than continuing this nonsense. That's what I didn't bring VK into the mix. Why does that window look weird? It looks a little weird. Change my VK window. We'll join you in the apocalypse, just back to nature. That's it, Christine. It won't really even, the apocalypse of anything is opportunity. I think that a lot of us have been hoping for an opportunity to get the world back on the right track. And it's a possibility to me that this is the opportunity that we've been waiting for. Like, does anybody remember that analogy? I remember it from church. It was when you're praying for something and you're asking for something and it says, well, just be careful what you pray for because you just might get it. And so I'll probably say it wrong. It's a long time ago while I try to set VK up. It says, Lord, help me. Help me. A guy's drowning in the water, lady, whoever. Help him. Help me. And a boat comes by and the guy's like, get in the boat. Here we go. We're going to save you. Here's got the life vest. And he's like, no, I want to get in that boat. My God's going to save me. And the guy's like, oh, okay. And he keeps on rowing and you're praying while you're drowning. Lord, help me. Help me. Another boat comes up. Hey, get on in the boat, dummy. And no, I'm not getting in that boat. I'm waiting for my God to come save me. Okay, all right. And he just rows on. And then the third boat comes up. Same deal. And then you drown and you die. And then you go to heaven, the other dimension. You say, God, why didn't you save me? Hey, what's going on? I prayed and was fasting and was drowning. How come you didn't save me, God? And God's like, dummy, I sent 3 boats. How come you didn't get in? I think sometimes you ask for things and you get the opportunity to do them, but we don't always recognize the opportunity. I think this is an opportunity. So whatever caused it, I'm not all that interested in. What I'm interested in mostly is what are we going to do with this opportunity? The world's economic system is in crisis. We now can flip it to something sentient, something that's even close to relating to being humane to the whole world, right? We can demand it because every day, as I posted last night, every day, if you think about it, in my country, I can only tell you the problems in my country. I don't know what's going on in anybody else's country. In my country, every day, these ignorant Democrats and Republicans got one more thing in common. Every single day, the priorities are going up. Now, people still yell and scream about this little political nonsense, but every single day, more and more have those priorities in mind. Food, water, job, or ability to take care of themselves. What the hell is going on with the government? It's obvious that this has been drawn up into something that is not. And the longer this goes on, the more everybody has in common. And the more the left and the right have in common, the more we can use it and flip it for something based in those commonalities. So I think it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity. The zombies might have to walk first, sure. I'm okay with that. The zombies might have to walk, but I'm all for a zombie apocalypse now. I'm on team zombie right now. I'm on team apocalypse and take it and push the world models, the economic systems in the way they ought to go. A lot of great ideas, direct democracy. Oh, I didn't put on VK. I'm sorry. Do VK real quick. Even though y'all ain't gonna go there, because I know y'all. They ain't gonna go there. Like, Gerard, you can go ahead and press that button all you want. I'm right here. I am comfy on YouTube. All right. Let me see right here. I just want to be able to see the icons, the hearts and stuff. There we go. And get that right there. There we go. All right. And I'm increasing my VK friendship. I got 11 friends online now on VK. VK is interesting. It'll scare you though. The adult conversations, don't come over to VK unless you want to have an adult conversation. If you want to keep having children conversations, then Facebook works for you. But I'm off for the zombie apocalypse. Where is this picture at again? I'm ready for it. I want it. Well, no, I'm not ready for it. I want it. Right, there we go. I'm gonna leave this up on the screen. Sometimes I look at stuff and I wonder, it's like, you know what? If I post that, is that gonna offend anybody? And I think about it from my perspective. Like, nah, I'm not concerned with that. I'm not concerned with that offense, right? Because we literally have a society that thrives on the murder of other people. We have a society that thrives on making voters and customers out of sick people. So yeah, I'm not really concerned if you're offended. I'm not. I hope I get it first. I hope when the first variant that turns over into the cuckoo virus, into the zombie apocalypse, I hope I'm the first zombie. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty healthy. I can run. I can run. I think I can deal with them zombie land rules. I think if I'm a zombie, oh yeah. I'm gonna be at a 29 days later, it was a 39 days later zombie. I can run. Oh, I think I can scare people too. Just wake up and so I hope I'm the first zombie. But anything to give the kids of the next generation a society that's based in common sense anywhere, sentience anywhere, a society that allows people with a heart and a brain in their head to even be in government. Did y'all see Cynthia McKinney's post? Let me go find it. Y'all see Cynthia McKinney's post? That's what I said. The only two people I ever gave half two dams about in Washington are, first of all, people who tell the truth. And the only ones I see telling most of the truth was Cynthia McKinney and Ron Paul. The rest of them, I don't care where they can be. They can be some zombies with me. Let them get my variant. I'm not interested in the academics of it. Let's find Cynthia's post. I'm not interested in the academics of it. I really don't care nothing about the academics, who it came from, where it came, how it came, whatever. I think I was praying for this, personally. I was praying for the opportunity. When are we going to get to a point where we can actually make a sentient society? We don't have one. Oh, y'all see Harsh's post? Hang on. I was going down my thread. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Harsh had a heartfelt. There's so many heartfelt posts, though. There's so many beautiful people. He had a heartfelt post. Let me show you this. It was for the truthers. Not that we even know the truth. Everyone, they like to put me in the conspiracy theorist realm. And I'm like, that's fine. I don't believe anybody. I literally, like y'all see Harsh post, I literally live in a time where everybody's born into bullshizzle. Everyone. If the society runs on total bullshizzle, ain't nobody half full, right? Nobody's half full of it, especially your news. I'm sure your politicians, your latest hero. But of course, if Donald Trump says it, then it came right out of heaven. If Barack Obama said it came out of heaven, Bernie said it, it's going to happen. But I think it's all bullshit. I call bullshit on everything, especially myself, because we're born at a time where we're lied to about everything. And this is where all the truthers came from. Did y'all see Harsh's truth thing? He sent a message to truthers, because this is the hashtag we all gonna die time. It says, well, gang, no matter where we go from here and what goes down in the coming weeks and months with martial law, forced vaccines, quarantines, food shortages, arrests, more lies from the mainstream media and government, and possibly social media disruption, that even though digging for truth through the rabbit hole with you guys has been most revealed, horrifying, has mostly revealed horrifying truths, which is why I want the zombie apocalypse. Well, I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. To all my brothers and sisters who pour everything they have into searching for truth. Amen. That's it. Amen. Amen. I'm amen that one. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. And then, of course, I'm a hashtag it, but we all gonna die anyway. So those horrifying truths he talked about, that's why you need to have a zombie apocalypse. Anything is better than what we got. Anything. But if the world falls into calamity, then the people will start starving. You know, we're starving people right now as a model, right? That's how we retire. Well, if this happens, then old people are gonna die. If we go into an apocalypse, you know old people dying right now. You know, we literally put old people in old homes and we slowly kill them with pharmaceutical drugs and experiment on them until they die. But while we do it, we're like robbing them for all of their land and retirement funds so their family doesn't give anything. Then we slap them with a death tax. So, you know, I know Lori, I know you like that one. Lori's one of the nurses. She knows how that system works. She knows how that system works, right? We literally make seniors property. This is a business. These horrifying truths. We do it to children too. No, there's nothing worse. The zombie apocalypse, at least we work together, people. We work together. We'll be a team of people running, zombies chasing us. We'll have commonalities, right? So I'm all for egalitarian society, or we grow up and say, you know what? We got great powers, we got great tools and technology. Let's build something beautiful. Because we all got the same things in common now, which is great. Great. I want this apocalypse to go on. I don't want it to stop. I don't turn the economy back on. We don't have an economy. We have a death camp, hell-based, satanic, lava spraying, burn up the planet market thing. So I'm ready for the zombie apocalypse. I completely agree with that post. I completely agree. To whom much is given, much is required. We have been given much and we use that much to rob other people, and I'm done with it. So I agree with it. I'm hoping that the COVID turns into The Walking Dead. I hope it does, and I hope it starts with me. If I can do my part to make the world better, I eat some brains. I eat some brains. Delicious brains. I get out, who's that? Harley. I chase him through the streets. I'm pretty fast. They're weaponizing people with Pornhub around the world. Yes, they are, Harley. And they're taking the profits from Pornhub and the rest of these porn sites, and they're sending them to the most poor, impoverished countries where little girls don't even have food to force them into being sex slaves, to send them to the wealthy around the world. Building Epstein Islands everywhere. Hell no. Let this mother burn. Let it burn. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And whatever's on the other side of this is better than what we got right now. I'd rather, because I'm so sick of being part of the sellout crew. I'm so sick of selling out my ancestors. I'm so sick of selling out poor people. I'm so sick of selling out little kids born around the world who just want to live, but they live under the boot of an empire that in order for me to eat, it means that I have to be complicit. Oh no, let this mother burn. I think the longer this goes on, the more everybody has in common. And when we get back to basic core priorities in common, equality, food, land, water, honesty, and if anything, if we have anything like a government where they got to be honest, no secrecy, every day, everybody has more in common. And I don't think that they know what they do. I don't think that they know what they do. I think that they think they're going to get a new currency out of this. I think that they're going to try to get an episode of Black Mirror mixed up with some Alfred Hitchcock Twilight Zone and create a new slave colony with a new currency introduced by them Democrats. Hell no. I say let it burn. Let it burn. Let everybody have everything in common. Let them all come together on some basic core concepts, because the reality is being shown now. You aren't free. You aren't free. They own you. You aren't free. You don't have any rights. And any rights you think they have, they'll take them the minute they need to. Now it's time for all the little nonsense political side effect discussions to stop. And keep Americans on lockdown. Lock them down, baby. I'm all for prison now. I'm all for it. Go ahead, turn the power out. You know, if y'all disagree with me, please let me know. All I'm doing is dumping out what I think. And like I said, what's mostly in my brain's bullshizzle too, because I was raised and indoctrinated to be a fool with everybody else in a society based in 100% bullshizzle. So if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But I'm praying. I think I prayed for this. That's what I think. I think I hope for that. I think when I meditated for change, this is the opportunity. What are we going to do with it? Are we going to put things back the way they were? I don't think they should be the way they were. The way they were horrible and evil. For whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. Yes, Rebecca Costello. And I have no idea what you're talking about, but we're going to go with it. It's vaguely hitting the memory. But I read it. I heard the Hell's Bells. AC/DC was in my head when you said that. So, Kimberly, we don't need no fluorinated water. Let the mother effer burn. Yes, Susan, you almost got me cussing. You almost got me with the cuss out my mouth. Yeah, let it burn. Let it burn. Why? Let us live like everybody else for a little bit. Let us grow some food. Let us dry some herbs. Let us, live in a little modesty for a little bit. Take your lithium and let it burn down, and let us live together for a little while. See what that feels like. Instead of living on the bones and blood of the poorest people all over the planet, the meek. The roof, that's it. The roof is on fire. We don't need no stimulus. Let them. No, I'm just kidding, Kimberly. No, we need some stimulus. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We need some stimulus because we don't. They're not too bad. I want the apocalypse now. I don't want hell. This is already hell on earth. If you don't give these Americans some food and some water, oh no, it ain't gonna be a chance to build nothing. They're gonna burn everything. They're gonna burn every blade of grass and every tree. No, we need a little stimulus, but they sneaky with it. They're sneaky with it. They put that digital dollar nonsense in there, which is what they always do. It's like, oh, you need some help? We'll help you. And then lift you out the fire. But, of course, they got an inferno plan for you down the road a little further. I'm all for let it burn. Let it burn. Let it burn. Let's build something new. Because when in history is everybody going to have something in common again? When is that going to happen? When are the Democrats and the Republicans actually going to have priorities in common? When are Democrats and Republicans actually going to have not being starved and poisoned by food, water, air, and synthetic pharmaceuticals? When are they going to have that in common again? 200 years? After the robots? After the aliens come back? After the asteroid hits? After the climb flips back over, the pole flips? When are we ever going to have a time where we can actually bring everybody together because everybody's focused? That's a good thing about starvation. It'll focus you. That's a good thing about poverty. It will focus you. That's the good thing about all of this. But there's also, there's always been a direct relationship between crime and poverty, right? Or crime and unemployment. I don't like to say unemployment because I think it's stupid to be unenslaved. I think unenslavement's a good thing. I think that's a fantastic thing. Freeing people makes them feel good. Makes them nice people, makes them pleasant. So, but there's been a direct relationship between scarcity, because that's what the job did, to just replace that in this little psychotic system we have. Scarcity and crime. Every day we do this, of course, gang membership goes up. That's right, as it should. MS-13, the Bloods, the Crips, the gang membership's going up. People join the mafia because people who need food will do what they need to do, But the longer this lasts and the more we focus them on, no, we don't need nothing in your stimulus. You don't need no police. You don't need no National Guard. You don't need that. They're already on the street. And the good thing about the brothers and sisters in the National Guard, like all armed forces and the police, at the core, they're good people. At the core, they're good people. At the core, they want stability because they live here with us. Now, the government, those who ascend to a level where they've got some continuity in a bunker somewhere, they don't really care as much, right? They don't have as much vested interest as your police and National Guard do. They're going to bring stability. But we have to realize the reality that the people who are going to be causing a ruckus aren't bad people. They're hungry people. But I think we got to seize the day. I think we have to seize the opportunity. We have an opportunity to change this world. And we can make it something. We can get rid of this ice blood we got pumped. Oh, look at this. Did y'all see this? We can get rid of this ice blood that's pumping in our veins. This is Sister Joyce Ann Bordelon. I love the name Bordelon. I love the name Bordelon because of that show, Queen Sugar. I like that show. I love the name Bordelon. Is that a Creole name? Is that a little French? Got a little French. Look, this is what we should do. This is where we should be at. We should be learning how. This is Big Pharma right here. That's Big Pharma. That's a Big Pharma right there that's based in natural medicines, how it always has been. You know why? Because the tribes had to be strong. You couldn't have no weak tribe. All the weak tribes die. You understand that? All the weak tribes die. All the weak tribes with no immunity die. All the weak tribes with a big pharmaceutical industry that makes you weak intentionally to sell you more medications, they died out. They're all gone. All those civilizations are gone. That's called unsustainability. It's called being stupid. You want a strong tribe. And that's part of the reason why I'm right here yelling off my mouth right now. I want my neighbors to be strong. I don't want them on Prozac and Xanax and headache medicine and Advil and all the things that are doing the epigenetic gene flips and causing problems with their immune system so their body actually can't heal or protect itself when a flu comes through. I need my neighbors to be strong. Why? Because the carpenters, the blacksmith, automation engineers, and whatever they do, grow food, I need them to be strong and healthy. But if we are literally at a tribe who's being kept weak, so we need the chief for everything, we're slaves. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why we need this. That's why we need this. This is what we need to go back. This is what big pharmaceutical industry, look, this is where a doctor goes when they want to help you. Healing. That was a beautiful post. I love that. I'm going down, I'm actually looking for something. There was a quote somebody said yesterday I want to bring up. In towns, police are everywhere. One can hardly go to the parks. Yeah, Christine, in fact, you know what? I had a park. I thought I lucked up. I found me a little wealthy park. I hang out with the privileged people sometimes. And the park was open. I was like, oh, the poor people park's closed. I'm going to the rich people park. You know, that's why I was hanging out with them. But even their parks just got closed. I drove past. In fact, nobody was listening. They were parking the cars, going down to the park, walking by the lake. And the police put the sign up now. By order of the police, you can't go in the park. And this is stupid. It's stupid, but I'm all for it. And both at the same time. It's stupid because it's just flu season. It's just a wide-ranging flu, that's all. And that's what Del Bigtree explained yesterday. Did y'all watch Del Bigtree yesterday? Oh my goodness. OMG, you need to send that to, no, don't send that to nobody. Actually, no, take that back. Don't send it to nobody. Shut up, shh, Del, shh. He's gonna calm everybody down. Did y'all see how Donald Trump was right? The whole time, I was enjoying it. I was loving it. He was right the whole time. Once again, I'm not a Donald Trump supporter. I just think it's funny that you got a Twitter thug, real estate, reality TV host who failed as a billionaire in Washington, and he's smarter than he's smarter than a lot of them. I thought that was hilarious. On that thing, when flu season came through, he said, "Hey y'all, it's flu season. Calm down." He didn't say it in that way. And of course, oh no, well, because he was Donald Trump. See, if you're in this little fantasy ignorant game, if Trump says it, then you gotta fight it. And so literally they made flu season pandemic, which is hilarious to me. So now they jumped on this side. They took something that was actually a real thing, and they could have looked at science and listened to doctors, but instead, oh no, we hate Trump. He's wrong. We need to shut down the world. You know, and now we're looking at, if you watched Del Bigtree yesterday, you realize that all the doctors who were saying y'all need to calm down from the very beginning are now proving the evidence that, yeah, less people died this year. Perhaps more people got it, but less people died flu season this year. Hello, now you shut down your economy, but don't share Del's video because then you're gonna calm people down. No, I need the apocalypse. We need to change things. But we might have already passed that level. We've been shut down, what, about 2 weeks? I'm not sure if Wall Street is dead yet. You still have people investing. It needs to be dead. It needs to have a death knell. The government needs to be so scared of the people that they have no other option to say, we need to feed everybody and we need to house everybody, or these people are going to kill all us, or they're going to destroy everything we got. At the end of the day, the wealthy people who own the resources, that own the politicians, all they want is maintain control. That's it. They want to maintain control and keep what they got. And we can give them a sense of, you can keep what you got, but you ain't gonna maintain no control. And right now we have that opportunity. We can get both sides together and say, nope, you're gonna feed us. And of course, government can't feed us in their old unsustainable food systems and modern chemical agriculture that does not work with GMO seeds that do not produce more. We've already proven that. Besides the fact, even if one of them produces more, It creates toxins, right? You got to spray glyphosate on all the food. You got to spray carcinogens on the food to give people cancer. So now their body's constantly fighting cancerous cell growth. So when the cuckoo flu comes through, everybody gets it because their white blood cells, their immune system is already busy. They literally broke herd immunity. Do you see how that works? They literally broke herd immunity talking about herd immunity for profit because people don't do their research. They just trusted whatever side says it, that's what they run with. So I think it's kind of funny that Trump said that. I think it's hilarious because they all say, oh, he's so stupid. He's dumb. He didn't know anything. And I'm like, hey, listen, I don't post on Twitter much. I've been starting. I look at Twitter. All right, if this man was a thug on Twitter, you got some rules to trolling. If he was a Twitter troll, you got some rules. First of all, you don't let anybody know everything that you know. You bait them into traps. Oh, I got a like. Who's that over there? Diana. Welcome to the show. I like getting little pop-ups. First rule, you don't let anybody know what you know. 2, you got to bait them into saying something stupid so you can make them look like they're stupid. He knew what he was doing. I think he knew what he was doing from the very beginning, and he baited everybody into this nonsense. That's okay. I think we prayed for this. I think this is our opportunity. Oh, this is our doomsday prepper, y'all. This is our doomsday prepper right there. Upset. I'm upset with them. He said, I thought the world would be more zombie riots. We actually don't have to go there. We can use the collapse and actually just say, you know what? This is it. We're going to do something new. Oh, and I was watching Picard yesterday. He gave this quote. He said, the future is left to us. Oh, this was it. This is what I was looking for. The future is left to us. Right. We have powerful tools to do it, right? Because Jean-Luc Picard was talking to the brother. He was talking about the past. Everybody bringing up the past, the past, the past, the past, the past, the past, the past. And his point was, we have power, because they were talking about Starfleet, right? If y'all watching Picard, any Trekkies in the house, I love Star Trek. I love it. It takes me away from the ignorance happening in my day. So I like to watch it. But Starfleet, that's the Federation, brought all the planets together, everybody doing good thing, feeding the population, everything. They turn corrupt eventually. Like every government, like every movement, like every group. Once they get a blind following, they turn corrupt. So in the future, they turn corrupt. And his point was, we can go back and talk about all the things that Starfleet did, but right now, in this moment, we have powerful tools. Right. We can either keep dwelling on the past, we can keep going back to slavery, we can keep going back to oppression, we can keep going back to Jim Crow, we can go back to Irish slavery, we keep going back to Chinese railroads, we keep going back to all of this stuff, we can keep going back to colonizing, we can keep going back. Or we can take the powerful tools we have right now in this moment, in this opportunity, and do what's right. So the next generation, and if not us at the end of our life, we forget the past. You know, we can make this planet, we can make life here so beautiful, everybody forgets the past. So anyway, that's what I've been binge watching. Picard and Wayward Pines. Oh, y'all gotta watch Wayward Pines. I think I told that y'all a little while ago. Watch Wayward Pines. Phenomenal show. Where they gotta get you to forget the past, right? It was a great show. It's very applicable to today, and I'm not gonna say anything about it because most people don't watch it, they cancel it. They always cancel the best shows, but this was a show that literally would help people to think about where we are and what we're gonna have to do to survive. Like, we are facing calamity, not the ones usually on TV. It's never gonna be on ABC, CBS, Fox News, or any of those control stations. Oh, there we go. Took a which Star Trek character are you quiz? Jean-Luc Picard as your service. Okay, Patricia, how is it gonna be Jean-Luc Picard? I wouldn't be. No, not Jean-Luc. He drink that Earl Tea Gray. It's nasty. That's just, that's not bad as okra. But if you took some old, real dried up okra that's been here for about 1,000 years and put in some hot water or something, Patricia, that's probably what Earl Grey tastes like. I need some honey in mine. Good morning, brother Kevin. The super wealthy are desperately trying to survive the coronavirus while they preserve their privileges. Yeah, absolutely. The CARES Act includes 4.2 trillion subsidies to large corporations for the Federal Reserve. And this is the point right here. This is the point. What Kevin is saying, we all have this in common. We all have what's in common. They are not looking out for you. They are not there for you. They are there for their criminal friends on Wall Street. They are there for their criminal friends around the world, killing, murdering, stealing resources from other people. It's their job. It's not that the politicians are bad, it's their job. Their job is to keep their party in power to beat the other party. And both of the parties don't realize that both of the parties work for the same industries, work for the same people, work for the same banks. But it's their job to keep their butt in their chair. And how do you do that? You do what you're told. You take the money, you apply towards your campaign, and you don't read the law. You know, and that was a great thing that Corbett started to get into. The damn digital dollar nonsense. It's 1,100 page piece of legislation that you know they didn't read. You know they didn't read it. Why didn't they read it? I used to read it. I used to think they didn't read it because they didn't care. I think they didn't used to. I thought they didn't used to read it because they're just stupid. No, the politicians, I think they're human with everybody else. They don't read it because they're scared of what's in it. They're scared they're going to understand what's in it. Plausible deniability. If you don't actually read the legislation that you get your foolish people to vote for, then there's less accountability. There's less things you got to worry about. But if you read it, it's harder to act when you really know what's true. Not everybody's a good actor. You watch these people on TV, they get up there and they get, the cuckoo flu, get everybody going on TV, fighting with the Democrats, fighting the Republicans, we're fighting, and China coming to get us, and the Russians might kill us. You know, you have to really believe it. If you really believe it, then you don't have to get into character, and that's why they don't read the laws. But it's what Kevin said right there. You got Americans starving in their houses right now, and their answer is not to feed you, but to put guns and tanks on the street to stop you from trying to get food. That should tell you everything you need to know. And they're not passing a bill until they get enough corrupt, dirty money that you got to pay back, because all that money comes from fractional reserve, fractional reserve banking, right? Where you or your kids going to have to pay back 150% of what they actually print to their criminal friends and give to people all over this world, line the pockets of everybody who's dirty. That has nothing to do with what the apocalypse is happening right now. It's not apocalypse from a pandemic, it's the apocalypse from the ignorance in government, right? And I don't know if all of this was I think it was planned personally, but it doesn't really matter. The question is opportunity. What are we going to do with it? I think so. I love anything magical, whimsical, and written and filmed well. Okay, all right, Kimberly. Reserves, Peace Corps, etc., being sent back to the U.S. Reserves, Peace Corps, etc., being sent back to the U.S. That's a great thing, Vernon. Please tell me next that the military is coming back. Please tell me that next. Please tell me that we're closing up our colonizer, oppression, aggression force, invasion force, and bringing all the soldiers home. We can use this for opportunity, because now even the foolish fool, even the most foolish fool is actually thinking about why in the world are we still waging war and we need help? Why is our government still sending billions of dollars overseas, dropping bombs on the head of people who are dealing with the cuckoo virus if they're so concerned with it? It's because they're not concerned with it. They're doing what they're told. Every day, we got more and more in common. Part of me is very positive, Verna, when it comes to like looking at, I watch live streams on Facebook. I won't live stream, I watch them. And I'm watching my friends get boosted. People are saying truthful things, are getting a lot of membership. And it could be because people are realizing that, you know what? Yeah, maybe my priorities were off. Maybe the television had me acting like a fool. Maybe this society is based in all bullshizzle. Maybe I was based in mostly bullshizzle. And now I want to know people who are saying something different, not from a left or right perspective, but from a common sense perspective. And right now we have an opportunity. Your government's scared. They're scared. And I think that, how's that saying go? Satan meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. I think that everybody who was hoping that this society would collapse, help orchestrate this whole left-right flu season pandemic. It might be a pandemic, but it might be planned by a higher source. It might be planned by somebody else, because as soon as Donald Trump said, oh, it's no big deal, it's flu season, of course the other side had to act ignorant and flip out. And it could just be an unorchestrated matrix of collapse of it. He said it can't be true, they said it's got to be wrong, and they're making it worse by pushing this direction. So as it abates and the flu's letting up, it's kind of too late. It's almost too late. I hope they don't stop it until it's too late, because when you have enough people in bad times, it focuses them. Like one of my friends posted the other day. She said, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna make this. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I don't, I have no idea. How am I gonna pay my rent? How in the world, I'm already running out of food. I don't think I'm gonna survive this. And the only comforting word I can give to her is I was like, sis, it's horrible, horrible, horrible when it's you by yourself. And I've been there. We've all gone through hard times. It's horrible when it's by yourself. But I said, you got 10 million people with you. And every day that number's increasing. Tomorrow you're gonna have 12 million people with you. Next day you're gonna have 14 million people with you. We're not making them numbers up. But the bottom line is, going through something alone sucks. Going through something with millions of other people, tens of millions of other people, that's called hope. That's a system collapsing that was unsustainably keeping too many people at the bottom, where they couldn't survive a $400, $500 apocalypse, let alone not going to work for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a couple months. So hopefully those people and the numbers come together, and at the end of this and say, well, that's it, we're done. We realize you're all dirty and corrupt. Now the fools don't get it. The fools are still fighting over politics. But even they will change as that belly grumbles, as they get sick of sitting inside with the children. Event 201 was the practice run back in October. Ooh, pandemic. Yeah, well, they said they got the patents for it, and that's a good thing. That's a good reason to talk about the details, I guess, is you're helping people to realize that that it was orchestrated. Many aspects of it. I don't know if the whole thing was, but many aspects of it was orchestrated. It's included in the bill. Yes, it was, Vern, but I thought they took it out the bill. I think they put in that little crony, corrupt digital dollar currency. What is that called? A digital wallet nonsense, where basically they're turning on that Black Mirror episode. What is that called? Social credit score, right? And I mean, think about it. Do you want your kids to grow up with a digitized social credit score, where when they go out in public, they sneeze on someone, they get voted down, they don't drive right, they accidentally drive through a stoplight, so now they can't get a job, they can't get a loan because certain people don't like them. Your child has autism, your child has some sort of mild mental illness, which is why, the whole media, Facebook and we still in that divorce over it. I said most Americans are mentally ill. I strike that statement from the record. Facebook, every American is mentally ill. Okay, if that makes you feel better, everybody's on the spectrum. Why? Because look at the world. Look at the world and what we do with it. We pay our taxes, we have houses, and we buy gasoline. That's not sane. That's mentally ill. We're all on that spectrum. So how would you like it now to be slightly mentally ill? You had a bad day, or your child had a bad day, your niece or your nephew, so now they're getting credit scored down because they got some sort of a challenge. It's bad to have social credit scoring in a country like China. It's an apocalypse to have it in America, where people still think that you're good or you're bad, that you're not formed by your environment. You're just inherently a good or bad person. And because you're in a gang, you should be thrown in prison the rest of your life. Or just because you are poor, you're a horrible person. So yeah, no, that is a horrible episode of Alfred Hitchcock, Black Mirror, and Twilight Zone. And they wrote it in the form of legislation and put it in your bill. Telling me I'm horrible for saying don't believe the government. Oh yeah, I don't ever believe the government. Somebody said you were horrible. Well, Lori, that's okay. They're not gonna say that much longer. They can say it back then. Right now, I think people are starting to see. Give them some time. Stupid, ignorant people are everywhere. I don't trust the government because I don't trust my mama. I trust it for certain things. I don't trust it for everything. That's common sense. You got common sense, Lori, and that's the problem, is your common sense conflicts with their indoctrination. Like I said, we live in a society of total bullshizzle. It was modeled on it. So most people are full of it. And you're conflicting with their bullshizzle. They're trying to keep that bullshit. I almost said it. I almost got to say, they're trying to keep that bullshizzle tasty. They're trying to keep it inside of them. But you know how constipation, Lori, works, right? You telling them something and you loosen some stuff up. You saying things that are true. It's like, bloop, 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 and they don't want to pass it. But you got to keep saying truthful things and eventually it'll pass. But it's crazy. It would be crazy to continue to agree with government and a media who only lie. That's all they do. They only lie. And that gets into the whole, well, who do you trust? You don't trust any of them. You don't trust Red China. You damn sure don't trust the United States Incorporated because they're a for-profit organization. No, I don't trust them. They're for profit. They're not for you. They're not for citizen. They're not a for-citizen organization. They are a for-profit incorporated government, which is not a government. It's a business. So who do I trust? Red China or America on this? I don't trust neither one of them. And half of the time, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I'm going to tell you something else. Well, isn't it better if our leaders get more power than their leaders? First of all, I'm not on your team. That's number one. I'm not on Team Colonizer. Two, is it better if our psychopaths dropping bombs on babies are right over or win over the psychopathic governments in Red China, Russia, Iran, Syria, anywhere else? And if I really had to think about it, you sat me down, you got me to say, would I prefer my psychopaths win or the psychopath who's closer to me wins over the psychopath that's further? I'm bowing out. I don't actually care. You know what? No, I'm not bowing. I'm not equaling that. I want my psychopath government to lose. I do. I'm sorry. One, I love children too much and I need to be able to sleep at night. And right now, I got trouble sleeping half the time because I'm consenting to all of this. I want my psychopaths to be wrong. I want them to lose. And if China and Russia want their psychopaths to win in some sort of a war or conflict or what's true or news or whatever, then they should win. I want mine to lose because I'm a part of this. I can't be a part of corruption. I can't be a part of psychopathy. I can't be a part of pedophiles and psychopaths and warmongering killers, creating a society that I have to collude with them just to retire. Nah, I'd rather Russia win. Let Russia win. If they want a psychopathic government, then yeah, let them rule the world for a little while. But I don't want any parts of it. Don't want no parts of it at all. Unfortunately, I was raised in a thing called a church where they actually believe the things that they said, and I believe what they gave me. Which means I can't have nothing to do with your thou shalt killing, your thou shalt murdering, thou shalt stealing, thou shalt keeping thy nation immune system debilitated because thou forgot that food is thy medicine. Instead of big pharma medicine, synthetic drugs, pharmacia is my medicine. That's why everybody's sick is pharmacia. It's right in the Bible. It's in the Bible. They just don't read their Bibles. They have no idea that they have a big pharmaceutical industry that bought their government that keeps them all, their immune systems off so they can sell them more drugs. If you don't have an immune system that's on all the time, then you can sell them more drugs. Gerard, did you see the ridiculous title article, The Unsung Hero, the Federal Reserve? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I posted that. I posted that. I lost my mind when I said, oh Lord, but they do this. They post things because it's psychological, right? It's like your conscious mind, you can look at that. And if you read books, you know that that's ridiculous. You know that the Federal Reserve is the enslaver of the planet at this moment in time, the enslaver of the world's reserve currency. If you did any homework, these people would know that they have 12 printing regions in America, and they're all owned by billionaires who own banks. And that was a requirement of JP Morgan. You know that they're not federal and they're not reserved. They're literally a slave master. They didn't save anything. But you know, Kimberly, people will go for it because they don't read. They don't read laws and they have no idea how their world works. They still think politicians decide, not big bankers who own the Federal Reserve that only do quantitative easing if you allow the big corporations to do whatever they want to the citizens or anybody else around the world. That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But you know, it's a slave mind, Kimberly. It's a slave mind because the slave always wants to be cozy with master, right? The slave mind, when master gives them extra porridge on Friday. Oh, thank you, master. Thank you, master. The rain, it was hot and we wasn't doing too good. The crops wasn't coming in and you gave us some porridge. Thank you, master. And we loves you. We loves you. We's gonna work harder for you now. And I'm just not one of them. I'm a captive, but I don't have a slave mind. I have no interest. If I'm a captive, I'm gonna focus on the fact that you got these shackles on me. You know, I'm diseased because I can't grow natural food. I'm diseased because you outlawed through a DEA and Schedule 1 the things that heal my body. So every time a plague I get sick, I'm diseased. I have trouble when people coughing, sneezing, having all kind of fits and vomiting and fevers and stuff and shut down around me because of you. Why would I thank you? Why would I thank you for poisoning people to a point where they all got to get sick? And now people are dying because they can't get to the grocery store to get food. And I'm supposed to thank you. That's the most ridiculous thing. But the problem with you, Kim Jackson, is you are a domestic terrorist. You read books and go to libraries. That's the problem. That's the problem. The problem is you don't vote. That's the problem. You know, but people who vote, they're going to do anything they can to keep their little psychopathic system up because they're in some sort of an egotistical fight with somebody else, which is okay. Because that's going to change. You give them a little time. Just let that belly start grumbling. Let the National Guard get on the street and let them show you that, hey, the National Guard, they can be there and save you. They can be there to stabilize your neighborhood. The police can make sure that it's stable so the Amazon trucks can come through and bring food for your neighbors so your neighbors don't rob you. Or you can wait to see what happens when those orders change. The National Guard will follow orders. Right now in the current deployment, they're looking out for us. They are us. They're one of us. But these brothers, they're not going to defy. Things got to get real bad before they defy orders. And you make sure you always know where them orders are coming from. They're always coming from people who don't give half a damn about you while they send billions of dollars to Israel and anywhere else around the world. Conflict doesn't have to be violent. Ideas are tested and new solutions emerge out of conflict. There you go. It's how we respond to it. Thank you, Susan Jewell. And that's all you have to do is see this as an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to educate yourself. It's an opportunity to turn off the news. It's your opportunity to do your own thinking, have your own critical thoughts, stop grabbing talking points from people who are doing nothing but making your tribe weak with big corporations, and say, no, we're done with this. We actually need to evolve and move forward. We can grow up, but gotta be adults to do that. Indeed, Susan, the best way to defeat your enemy is to do it without raising your sword in a way that makes the world obsolete. And this is Picard's point too, right? We actually don't have to use violence to fix the system this time. We have all the tools. We can feed everybody. The government knows that they can't feed everybody with the psychotic agriculture, agribusiness industry. They're idiots and they're fools. They got big, massive compounds out on their compounding soil. You have soil microbiology will explain to you that you can grow more food with a soil food web through no-till systems. It actually is easier to grow passively than to grow with massive harvester robots. I'm an automation guy, but I believe in little automated drones that don't compact the soil, that grow food for us, and they can do that anytime they want. They can stop making drones to go murder other people and start using automation to feed these people who are locked in their houses. So you don't need violence. You don't need a violent rep, but it'll get there. We keep playing with it. What's this right here? You're right. There's a direct relationship between jobs and scarcity. Scarcity, most importantly, not jobs. That's slavery. And crime. Crime is going to go up each day. You know, gang membership is skyrocketing up, and it's supposed to. Hang on, there's some good stuff. There's some good stuff on my thread. I kind of want to go down. I used to go down the thread. I kind of want to take a peek down there. But yeah, I'm hoping for the zombie apocalypse. Friday ice cream day, Kimberly, here too. Yeah, go get the ice cream. Ice cream makes people smile. Transcend. That's what people have to do, Kimberly. They got to educate themselves first and transcend. Discover consciousness. We can make a conscious system. But it's all our choice. And they make it harder for the smaller farms to operate. That needs to end. Yes, Megs, and that was always a scam. The scam was always to steal the land from the small farmer, and they did that. And now is a time where everyone's got that in common. Why don't we demand our land? It's not theirs. The government don't own a damn thing. They've never had. Why don't we actually demand that people get their land? Finally. Oh, look at this. This was interesting right here. I'm just going down the thread. United States Inc. leads the earth in confirmed cuckoo virus cases now. Now you see why making weak/dependent health industries is cuckoo. Got making disease an industry was one of the dumbest things that we've ever done. Ever. It was one of the stupidest things that anybody could ever vote for. And I'm a part of it just as much as everybody else. I didn't understand. I didn't read books back then. I didn't understand what would happen to us if we kept doing this, if we kept going on this path. So it's time to end that path. It's time to go in a new direction. And it doesn't require violence. You know, it's resource-based economy, automation, no greed, equality. I'm definitely what is it called? An egalitarian type person. I'm all about going back to tribal days, or I'm all about going forward into sentient, using automation, resource-based economy, equality. And also, I got some jokes, but I'm certain. That's Shula King. That's a funny dude. That's a funny guy. They even caught that woman with her hand in her behind. Did y'all see that? If you don't follow Shula King, you good. Laughing in the apocalypse is very important. I go back up. Let me show you. It's so wrong, but it's true. It's so wrong, but it's true. This is one right here where the lady got caught at the gas pump, and she had her whole hand up to her wrist and her behind. First of all, there's a whole lot of things on that topic. You should not have a country that poisons people to a point where their thyroids stop working to when they gain weight. That's number one. You shouldn't have a society that puts hybridized wheat, creates a wheat with a gliadin gluten protein that helps people to be overweight, and grocery stores that sell processed unfoods that make them so large. And this young lady was at the, but sometimes you get the itching though. You have to, it don't matter if it's a pandemic, you got to itch in the wrong spot. You're gonna get in there up to the wrist. You're gonna make sure you scratch the hell out of that. But she got caught. Somebody took a picture. And this is, like I said, it's right on message. If your government does that to people as a model and is in bed with the industries that do that to help make people sick, you can't continue on with that. Why? Because it's too hard to feed people so big. I know, because I used to go up and down in weight all the damn time. When I get big, it's too hard to feed me because I eat a whole pizza. When I was a little larger, I eat the whole pizza. The whole pizza. The whole damn thing. Y'all can't feed me and pizza's not a vegetable, but I didn't care if it was a vegetable. When I had my weight on me, oh no, I got to eat the whole pizza. Or you go to sleep at night and your stomach grumbling. You need a health industry that knows what health is. This is a sign of a failure in big pharma. This is a sign of failure in farms. It's a sign of failure in grocery stores, and damn sure a sign of failure with the cuckoo virus. Because you think you get the cuckoo virus from from sneezes, you're gonna get a whole lot more from crack holders. That reminds me of corporate America, because that's what people did. They didn't wash their hands. They didn't. They don't watch corporate America. You know what? I'm surprised that this disease came out of China. And that's where Donald Trump was wrong. He was wrong with the Wuhan virus because he wanted to call it the Kung flu. Did he really say that, or y'all making that up? Because the Democrats lie as much as the Republicans. I don't know if y'all making that up. But he was wrong where he said you want to call it the Wuhan virus. No, we just need to call it the modern society virus. That's what we should call it. It's just another new strain of virus during the flu season, but it's a strain of the usual flu that figured out the sickest people in the world in America. Because you have the most confirmed cases in America right now, and it's only a real simple reason why. Look, on every corner, on the corner where she getting gas right there, I bet you, if that camera pans out, you will see a pharmaceutical distribution synthetic drug gene altering distribution center called CVS and Walgreens. Okay. She was in the store touching things after that. Yeah, I'm sure she was. And she should be. Because she needs to share. She needs to share. That little baby, she was born on this planet just a little baby. And she just wanted to live. That's all. She just wanted to live. She had no idea that the government was going to subsidize the growing of food, to put pesticides and chemicals in her food that would jack up her thyroid and make her 400 pounds. But she was probably only 250. But she needed to share. She needed to share with everybody else her disgust for the consent that we've given to this psychotic government. And she gonna share. She gonna share. And the things not that, you know what? We are a community, y'all. We're all connected. You think you're not connected, you have no idea. Something motivational and meaningless. What's motivational and meaningless, both mine? Gerard, please stop fat shaming. I shame me all the time, Deborah. I shame me all the time. I really don't care about social media. I shame me all the time. Why? Because I, one, was fat, played football. They couldn't figure out nothing else to do. I couldn't run track. My brothers ran track. I had to play football. And the only reason I lost weight is because I realized that this is unhealthy and I need to make some changes. And then what happened? When did I start losing weight, Deborah? I told the story before. This is when, what was the guy who had the great diet that came out and everybody got on the diet and then he died? What was his name? Everybody was doing it. It was the end thing all over corporate America. Atkins, right? Where you eat a bunch of meat and you stop eating the bread. Well, all my friends and I, we had too much weight. We had too many pounds. I didn't believe in eating all the chicken and bacon and stuff for breakfast, but the stop eating biscuits part, I stopped. When I stopped eating biscuits and bagels and all that crap that they brought into the office in the morning, I started noticing my fat was disappearing. And I started to realize, they did this to me. I didn't do this to me, because you had like this pride, you had fat pride going at the time. And they were making me, that's just your bone structure. You just, you just big boned it. Like they had all these things, Deborah, that they told me, and it was poison. They were just pouring poison in my ears. Come to find out that they were thyroid problems. They were gluten problems. They were problems. I was being poisoned by my government, by what they were subsidizing to be grown with my tax dollars. I was pissed at that point. So no, I'm not fat shaming. I'm shaming those who create the fat apocalypse. Government, who do it on the tax dollar, did it on my tax dollars, took my money, killed small farms, gave it to big corporations to replace farming to grow things that would make me overweight. No, it's not healthy to be large. It is not. But once again, I can say it because according to other people, how this thing goes now, this little psychopathy we got going, that you got to be it to talk about it. Oh yeah, I'm actually it right now. I'm working. Like I said, Thanksgiving came and I ate that crap, and I shouldn't eat that crap. But it's the mindset. You want to have the right mindset. We have to stop making things that are unhealthy popular, right? Now me personally, I want to see journalists on TV that looks like everybody else. I don't want to see skinny journalists. I want to see journalists on TV that looks like the average American. Politicians that look like the average. Actually, I don't want to see no politicians. I want them gone. So it's not, we have to be honest. We have to be very truthful about the things that we put pride in. You got to stop putting pride in race and religion and nations and weight size and gender preferences and gender. Stop putting pride in that crap, because that's what creates the conflict. All of these identities, these are the shackles that control us. We have to be honest with our children, and we got to be honest with ourselves. We have a society that's built on mostly total bullshizzle and is getting people killed. We got to be honest with ourselves, and we got to be honest with the world. That's how you build a bigger and a better world, is to be honest. We have to be honest. It is not healthy to be morbidly obese. It's not. And it's not healthy to be a damn supermodel on television throwing up in the bathroom being anorexic. Hear what I'm saying? So yeah, no, for me, it's we need to shame anything that weakens our tribe. We need a strong tribe. We need kids who are grown up and they're not taught pizza's a vegetable. A vegetable is a vegetable. And when you eat healthy things, your body becomes healthy. And the stronger you are, the stronger I am. Y'all fighting? What's going on here? Salad is my dessert island for real. Ooh, yeah. Well, you know what? And once I started realizing that my weight was given to me, that my problems were given to me, my disease was given to me, I started studying. I started looking at like fruits and vegetables and what is the name of the gluten book? Is it called Wheat Belly? I think it was called Wheat Belly, where they explain how they hybridize the growing of grass to make these big, massive wheat plants. And this is why people are so overweight. A lot of people who are overweight, it's not actually food, it's inflammation. It's inflammation because you're eating all of this crap and chemicals and toxic and pesticide and all of this crap. And the more fat you have, like with breast cancer, and this is another good example. With breast cancer, what did the study show? The study showed that the fat It consolidates the chemicals, right? It consolidates heavy metals and things because they get lodged in the fat. And that creates pockets of disease and anaerobic areas and the wrong pH where disease is cultivated. We cannot continue to make things that murder our people proud. We got to stop being proud of that. And I like I said, the identity is the other one. Don't be proud. I have no identity. I have no interest in anybody's. I'm nobody's slave. I'm nobody's slave. Nobody's controlling me. Nobody's going to attach a handle to me to tell me what to do to drag around. Fat doesn't even exist. It doesn't exist as a term. Nobody can define it. Nobody can categorize it. Nobody can level set. You know, you're healthy or you're not. And everybody should be different sizes. There is no category of what fat or overweight is if you're having problems with your size, you shouldn't be that size. If you're eating things you shouldn't eat, then you probably don't know what size you should be. And that was the other thing I'm gonna say on that, and I'm done with that, is I only got to the size that I am now by stop eating what I shouldn't have been eating. And that was the amazing thing. That was the thing that kind of blew my mind with being a vegetarian, is I wasn't even working out. When I was eating all of that crap, I had to go to the gym all the time, playing basketball all the time. And it was hard to build muscle. When I stopped eating that crap, one, because of fat shaming, two, because of divorce. You get that divorce. When you get rid of divorce, you gotta shed that marriage happiness, right? You get happy, you got the wife cooking, you eating all this food, the husband, y'all loving everything together, eating in bed, growing, getting big. I had to get rid of that. I had to shed the marriage. And once I shed that too, I realized I feel better. I'm not getting flus and colds and as much disease as I used to. I'm feeling stronger. I wasn't even going to the gym and lifting weights and playing basketball all the time. And I was noticing definition and muscles were just growing in places I never had them before. And I realized, like, wow. You know, I mean, exercise, don't get me wrong, it is definitely a part of a healthy body, but the lion's share of your health is what you eat. Your body knows what it's doing. Just getting up in the morning, moving around, you're going to be building muscles. And so that's what got me, is that they literally gave us a psychopathy, a psychotic idea that something that was killing us, we should be proud of. Why? Because they're killing us. They took the money. They take the money from these big corporations and they write the legislation and they don't read it. Same thing with the digital dollar. I'm not sure how we got on that. But no, fat doesn't exist, and anything that's unhealthy has to be shamed. And anytime a government's poisoning people, big corporations, it needs to be shamed. Because what will happen if we actually took it for the shame that it should be? But we don't focus that shame at people, we focus that shame at corporations. The corporations who are actually doing it, tricking people with these commercials and subliminal messages. We are highly susceptible to environment change, right? And if you're highly susceptible to environment change and you're showing commercials to people all day long, especially children, and you're encouraging them to eat things that are going to give them health problems later in life, those corporations are going to run. And that's what I'm saying. And that's the other part about today, that we all, every day, have more and more in common. We got to look at the scams, remove the personal stuff from it, remove the identity stuff from it, because that's the problem, like attaching an identity. I used to run with the big boys in school. I used to run with in fact, I'm not gonna say his name. One of my good friends. He was the biggest dude in school. He was a big guy, right? Because I was fat. I associated my identity with being chubby and being fat. Why? Because my brother told me that, my mother told me that, my father told everybody. Well, not my father so much. He told me in other ways, where he was always a runner. He ran marathons and he wanted to get me out there running. I was the biggest one in the family. But it was, anyway, I'm gonna get off of that. That was just the point, is that my identity was attached to being chubby and fat. And I realized people did that because they were told to do that. That wasn't what they should have done, right? And that's what we gotta get past. We gotta get past, if it's wrong, it needs to go away, so we don't give that to the next generation. Enjoy Visions of Gerard and Black Homer Simpson. Yeah, I was jiggly. I was definitely jiggly. I still kind of am. Like I said, I'm still working on a few things, but I'm working on it because I know that I shouldn't be. I know that that's not my body makeup. Your body makeup is based in your bone structure and your muscle structure, your DNA. And if it's significantly out of shape of that, then it means you're eating things that you shouldn't eat. And I'm all about eating Twinkies. Don't get me wrong. I tell people all the time, oh, I eat a Twinkie. You might catch me. You're not going to do anything if you catch me with a piece of Krispy Kreme donut in my mouth. Like, look, he's eating unhealthy, and put it on Facebook. You can do that all you want. I told you, I eat donuts. I love me some Krispy Kreme. I eat my Twinkies too. But I know if I eat it in abundance, it's going to be a problem. And because I was able to learn that in time for my kids to be born, they're all have the shapes and sizes of bodies that they should have, for the most part, right? Because they eat the food they're supposed to instead of what the government tells them. That's all. Do I know anyone with chronic Lyme disease? I did, Deborah Chandler. The crazy thing is they healed themselves. That's the crazy thing. I do, and they healed themselves. They went to a naturopathic doctor, and I want to say she had an herbalist. She had a naturopath. In fact, come to think of it, she is the one who got me to buy into the stance. I said, everybody is what you need to do. You need to have a doctor, which I'm a sellout in that way. I'm a hypocrite because I don't have a doctor. I don't have a doctor at all. I actually tripped and fell on health. A doctor, a naturopathic doctor, certified if you can, and an herbalist. You go to the doctor to find out what's wrong with you. Like, they got the equipment, they got the training, they got everything. They suck at health. They suck at many things, but they know how to find out what the hell is wrong with you. And then you get from them what you need to do, and that answer, are you gonna die tomorrow? You're gonna die tomorrow, throw out what every hippie says. The hippies ain't gonna like that. And listen to what that doctor tells you. Do not die trying to have an experiment. You've already created a synthetic life with synthetic fat, with synthetic diseases in a synthetic world, and you will die from synthesis, from all the synthetic crap. Save your life and then change your world. But you have that doctor because they can tell you what's wrong with you, but then have a licensed naturopathic doctor you can take that diagnosis to and put it in her lap and say, okay, here, this is what they said is wrong with me. Here are the conditions, the numbers, blah, blah, blah. They can read the charts and figure, okay, this is what you need to do. Here, you need to eat this, you need to eat this, you need to eat that, or here's what you need to do. You need to take your behind back to that doctor because you want to die and I'm gonna lose my license if I tell you something stupid. That's why I say certified. And then when she tells you what you're supposed to be eating, how you're supposed to be living, got to do this, little exercise, blah, 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 stop eating this, don't, then you go to your herbalist and then you get from them what you need to take. I'm not a supplement guy. I don't believe in supplements. I don't believe in GNC. I don't believe in going to Walmart to get your herbs and stuff. You need to go to an herbalist who knows that they're getting them organically, who knows they're getting them naturally, an herbalist who is hopefully small time. Let me take you back to that picture. Hopefully an herbalist like, and this, I don't know if this is Joyce, I don't know if this was her cabinet, but an herbalist who is trying to make money. They're trying to survive, small time, growing and selling their own herbs. Why? Because they know what's in their ground. They know how they're growing them. They know if they're using synthetic poisons or whatever. They want people to keep coming back. If the herbs work, you keep coming back. If you take it and it doesn't work, you're not going back. That's why big business doesn't care. They don't care on the pharmaceutical side. They don't care on the natural side either. And so you go to that herbalist and you try it, because if you go get some herbs from somebody who was growing a ground that somebody was growing glyphosate in last year, they may not work and you might die. But she was the one, and she cured her Lyme disease. If the name comes to mind, I'll send it to you. If not, somebody else here can post it. Because even online, people are curing their Lyme disease. Pharmaceutical industry, they're not trying to cure Lyme disease. They're trying to figure out how to give you something that you can take for life and let you keep the Lyme disease. So the next time the cuckoo flu comes through, because it comes through every year, these cuckoo flus come through all the time. Next time the cuckoo flu comes through, they want you to be cuckoo, giving you this idea that your body can't fight off what's been on this planet as long as your body's been on the planet. That is my theory. My theory is there is nothing on this planet that our bodies haven't learned how to fight. It just hasn't fought it in a while. We've been here for a long time. And Susan's still here. I was looking at Susan. I was looking at the whole Clovis First thing. Y'all know what Clovis First is, right? This is the stuff that those of us who like archaeology or alt archaeology, It's a model that the Clovis people were the first people, and there's nothing before that. And we have scientific, geological evidence, archaeological evidence that human beings have been here a long time before. That the idea that before the Younger Dryas, there were people in North America, and there were. And I was watching that this morning. I was watching a site in Idaho where they found tools that date back 18,000 years. Hang on, I got things happening. 18, ooh, let me know if things get better. So I just got to pop up on something. Let me know if I get clear or the buffering stops. I just got to pop up for space, and I want to see if it's me or if it's the CIA. Usually it's just me. We just pretend the CIA is after. The CIA watches us and just laughs. But anyway, just do that. Right. And so in Idaho, they found this site where they found tools that were made in only a way one other culture made them, which is from the Japanese. It was a tribe in the Japan area that manufactured tools the way this group did in Idaho, right? The mound builders or prior. And so if we've been here for millions and millions and millions of years with all these diseases and cuckoo flus and cancers and blah, 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 the only people that made it were the people who had bodies who learned how to fight this stuff. You see what I'm saying? And that's why all of this links together. This is why we talk about so many wild, wide things, because there's so much all of us don't know. And I can only give you little bits and pieces because my mind is always going 8 different directions because I'm like, what? You know, Deborah says something, I jump over there. Anna says something, I jump over there. Harley says something, I jump over there. And it's just like, whoa, I never knew this. I literally was raised in bullshizzle and I'm sick of it. I want to get out of it, but I have to admit my ignorance. So yeah, the human being has been here for a very long time. Very long time. I think that's part of the reason why they say Clovis first. It's just not for their grant money and their salaries, but if you really go back and realize that we've been a part of this ecosystem for millions of years, that the tracks they found all over, where it was in Malta and Europe, they're showing that somebody had a cart millions of years ago pulling it around Earth, we realize that we don't need a big pharmaceutical industry to keep us healthy. Our bodies already know. You just got to give them some time to turn those genes back on, or you got to eat the right things. Deborah, I'll send you the names of an author of one who cures Lyme disease, gave this book away, have to call that person. Thank you, Christine. Absolutely. Because we got to help each other, and that's how we do it. Like, I thought, you know what? And Deborah, if your question is the first time somebody said they cured cancer to me, I thought that was crazy. I thought there was guys like, yeah, you come on, stop it, man. Come on. You one of them conspiracy theorists. They ain't cure no cancer. I watch CNN every night. They ain't cure no damn cancer. I worked in the pharmaceutical industry at the time. Yo, they cure cancer. There was a doctor that created this device, whatever, and he cured cancer. I was like, man, shut up. It would be on ABC and people wouldn't die of cancer if they cured cancer. That was a part of the system, and I didn't really realize. It literally, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's just profit. Cancer is an industry. And they literally have locked up the guy, I forgot his name. I think he was German. It was a German doctor. He made the device. He was using EMF to cure cancer and it was working. And so he had thousands of patients, or it was like 1,000 patients, something like that. And they went and they grabbed his patent. They threw him in prison. And they destroyed, I think they destroyed the equipment. But there have been hundreds, if not thousands of people who cured cancer. And I want to say it the right way. They didn't cure cancer. Their bodies cured cancer. It's like Dr. Sebi. He was one of my favorites, you know. And he explained, it's like, I'm not healing you. I don't actually do this. Your body heals itself. Your body already knows how to heal itself. You're just not putting food in it. You're not fueling it with the right things. And one of the first steps was starvation, because he was almost dying when he met that Brazilian doctor and got Dr. Sebi started. So the first thing you need to do is not eat anything for 3 months. Tell an American that. Oh Lord, tell me that. Right? And so he drank water, and I think he was mostly on a liquid diet for 3 months, and all of his ailments went away. And that's when he believed and he understood that, wow, your body can heal things just by stop eating the poison. Letting your immune system focus on the real problems, not our cultural things that we like to shove in our mouths. And then he started eating the right things. And then he opened the Ushuaia Village, and he was the one who went to New York and told everybody he could cure cancer. And of course, the deep state flocked in on him. They tried to get him. The doctors lined up on a panel. There's no way you know how to do it. We know how to do it. He beat all them doctors and proved to them. They said, well, bring in 7 patients if you could cure diabetes and cancer and sickle cell anemia. I think there were 7 of them. And 70 of his patients all came in, not 7, but 72. And he beat the case. He proved him that he healed all those diseases. And of course, the next day, Tuwala Riley happened. So anyway, I won't go through that story. I've said that a million times. Are you talking about the electroacutoscope? I can't wait till I get one of those for my practice. Oh, thank you, Ann. Oh, and I'm glad you got a practice. 2, that I'm glad you know what you're talking about. 3, we need people who are actually doing these things, working. Are you a doctor, Anna? Or are you a naturopathic doctor? Like, we need people who have the skill set doing these. Because I'm not, once again, I'm hippie. I'm not stippy. There's a difference between being stupid and got half a little piece of hippie some knowledge and doing something dumb and being a hippie, right? You want to be reserved. You want other people who spend time with this stuff, who are healers, to go through it and do it. You don't want to watch a video on the internet. Somebody makes an aloe smoothie and you've never had aloe in your house. You never grown it, let alone eating it. And you make a whole aloe smoothie because, oh, it's ancient, cultural. Drink the whole smoothie. And the lady did that and she died. She died. You want, there are beautiful things happening in our world, y'all. And this is what, I don't even want to think that, oh, well, everything you say is dark. Well, only if you want to keep the darkness the light. But if you understand that we are in dark times, but there are beautiful things happening, and you got to cheer those beautiful things. And one of those beautiful things is naturopathic doctors. You got a lot of doctors who are saying, yep, I'm done with it. I'm going to go be a naturopathic doctor, which is an amazing thing. Because now you're taking the training, the experience, the schooling of a chemical doctor, somebody who just wanted to be a healer and follow the Hippocratic Oath. Say that right? Hippocratic? Hippocratic Oath. To do no harm. And they decide they want to do no harm. And they convert over and they start looking at natural medicine. They give up that license and they open up a practice and they start here. We need our shaman back. They murdered all of our shamans. We need them back. Big time. All over the world. Is that what you do, Anna? But you want people who have the time to study these things. You don't want to watch a video on the internet and then do it. Telling American that Harley, where are you at? That's the problem. I know. Which is why Dr. Sebi was phenomenal. He's talking about telling American don't eat for 3 months. You know what, Harley? I take that back. They tell them that right now. That's what they tell them. They got that National Guard rolling out. They telling Americans that right now. But of course, the Americans, they went to that store, got that frozen pizza. Boy, they got them Twinkies and Ho-Hos and donuts and processed food. They're getting ready. And MREs. Yeah, I don't do the bunker thing. I like sunshine. And ain't no way I'm going to no bunker, MREs. I'm going to have to pull a Joe Rogan, agree with him on this. Was it Joe Rogan? Somebody was on this show. You are not getting me eating no damn MREs for 3 months. Hell no. Them things, because if you talk to people in the military who eat them, I used to eat them when I was in Civil Air Patrol and ROTs. You eat them things for a week. I ate them things for a weekend. I ain't poo-poo all weekend. I thought I was broken. I didn't know what happened to it. I was like, and I had to listen to somebody in the Army say it before I actually got it. I was there the whole week and I'm like, because I got to poo. I was scared to go on the encampment. This wasn't a real, it's in the Civil Air Patrol, you were kids, but you actually look for like you'd get involved in real search and rescue with the Air Force. And, but this was a practice weekend where you go away but when you go away and you practice, you got to eat the MREs because you got to be lightweight. You're going through the woods, you're looking for lost kids and down airplanes, stuff like that. This is what we used to do when I was a kid. I was probably 15. They don't do that no more. They got them kids. These women ain't gonna let these kids go out in a bubble. Do they even let kids go camping anymore? Is that a criminal act now? Anyway, and their fathers too, not just their mamas. They trying to make little cushy things, little synthetic juicy things that don't ever have a bug or bacteria touch them. Yeah, it was a weekend. And we ate MREs the whole weekend because they teach you to do that. Like they teach you how to build lean-tos and stuff like that. I ate that stuff. I ate them MREs the whole weekend. Everything was like hard and jelly. The other things, you put water in it. Oh, it constipates you. Because in wartime, you can't poo-poo. You can't, you can't be on a regular human schedule where I poo sometimes twice a day. I don't believe in keeping poo in me. I believe that poo's supposed to be out. I learned that as a child and definitely as a father. Poo stink. I don't want that in me. And the whole weekend, I didn't go, and I didn't know why. Because they're designed that way. They're designed to make you constipated, because when you're fighting wars, you ain't got time to find a toilet. You can't say, hey, Iranians, can y'all stop for a minute? I got to take a dookie. You ain't going to tell that to Iraqis. They ain't going to tell that to, no, they're going to like, yeah, you go ahead and go. Because we know how to go. We go right here in the field, and we keep shooting. We came from poor world. We know how to fight fights in the poor world. You don't. You got toilets and bidets and clean bathrooms and poor slaves that come clean them restrooms for you. We ain't got that. I'm going to keep shooting while I'm pooing. They right, drop the poop, 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 drop, and the Americans, hey, time out. All right, that's bad. Let me stop. But yeah, that's what the MREs do. They make you constipated. Hell no, I ain't getting sick. I ain't getting sick because they want to shut down the economy for a couple months to make big money. All right. Yeah, but they healed a lot of things. We cannot have pride in psychopathy no more. We cannot have pride in the ignorant things they want to give us. We all got to evolve. And that was my post from earlier. That we live in total bullshit. Live in a society that's modeled on total bullshit. And ain't nobody free of it. Nobody's free. Nobody's half full. Your politicians, your news. Don't send me no links because ABC News said that the cuckoo virus, that we got the conspiracy theorists. The cuckoo virus was not bioweapon. Like, yeah, I'm glad that you fighting with the other scientists who saying that as are, but the reality is it doesn't matter to an applicable solution. The applicable solution, stop making sick people. Get rid of an industry that makes being sick profitable, and you don't have to worry about a tribal weakness and people dying in pandemics because you're actually, you know what health is and you're promoting that, not subsidizing poison. And two, you can't have bioweapons labs. You can't, not on Earth no more. I'm done with that. Done with that. I don't care. Done with it. Unless the politicians go get offices in the bioweapons lab, you can't have them nowhere on this planet. Bacteria is trying to murder us. I ain't got time for any psychopathic government to think it's a good idea to keep making technology to murder people. We're all part full of bullshit, but we got to be willing to admit that. And this is this little journey that I'm taking while people laugh at me. One of my closest friends laugh at me from the internet that I've never met outside a digital form. That changed my mind. I'll say something like, yeah, this is to the best of my knowledge, this is true. And then Kimberly Jackson will post something. It's like, oh, yeah, not really. That's bullshit. And look in my mirror and be like, yeah, you know what? That ain't right. That is not right. I need to change and move forward. That's how we evolve. It's called evolution. They're trying to ban it. All right, both YouTube and VK are looking good here. Thank you, Patricia. All right, well, you know what? That probably was it. I was running out of space on my laptop. I got a pop-up first. So sorry about yesterday, y'all. I thought the deep state was trying to get me. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was about to run, get the hell up out of here. They didn't shut down my broadcast. I'm saying truthful things. No, your laptop was running out of space, dummy. You need to delete some stuff, you know. All right. Live without a functioning toilet for a while. You will lose weight. Yes, Lori, or you will get, Patricia, or you will get very, very sick. Everybody is supposed to poo on a regular basis. Dr. Greer didn't say the virus came from China. He refused to talk about it. He knows what's going on. I think he does, Ivana. This is why I follow Dr. Greer. He's amazing. He is freaking phenomenal, and he's smart. He knows what to say and what not to say. Because there's a big club and he ain't in it. But I suspect he knows people who are close to that big club and they help him. They guide him. He's kind of like Adele Bigtree. He'll step on your toes, but he won't step on all the wrong toes. And he's very methodical in what he says. And I got my theories, Ivana, on where it came from. But I thought about it. It doesn't really even matter. It's interesting, but it doesn't matter. Governments can't have secrets. Governments can't poison their population with industries anymore, or we're all gonna die. So the applicable solution is what I'm always interested in. Everything else is people who still believe the news. I love y'all to death, but we need to grow up. All right, speaking the truth about these fat people, Isn't fat shaming, is growth and unhealthy. Very nice, Gerard. Well, it's not gross. And it's not, it is unhealthy, but it's not gross. It's what eating the wrong foods does to you. When you have a government that turns on you and allows corporations to poison you, it's what it does. I lucked up because, well, one, I lived in a time, Harley, where they used to, the names I got. I was all kind of everything. And I didn't want kids calling me those names. And plus, I think the Fruity Pebbles and Fruit Loops and all that crap we used to eat, the McDonald's food, it wasn't as bad as it is now. Like, they didn't really make it a methodical process for using chemicals to grow the cheapest food possible and feed it to kids. So it's not gross, it's shameful. It is shameful. It's 100% shameful, but on the part of government and people who are in place and responsible for making sure that corporations don't do that to people. So we got to get past this. Like, we have to be able to talk about everything. That's why I talk the way that I do, Harley. That's why I talk the way that I do. Because I'll say what we have to say to do the right thing so we can go in the right directions, help people get strong so we can evolve and move forward. And all the little terms and stuff they come up with, you can't say this and you can't say that, and I don't care nothing about that. I care nothing about that. I don't believe in hate speech. I think if you got hate in your heart, hate should come out your mouth. I'd rather hate come out your mouth than hate come out your hands, right? When we block people's mouths from saying hate out their mouth, it's going to come out in action, and people get hurt. Hurt feelings we can get past. Once the violence starts, who knows what we can stop, right? So I don't believe there's hate speech. And I'm not interested in these new terms and new ideas of silencing adults. You're an adult, you're grown, you're supposed to speak your reality. And you got somebody running around, I guess, making jokes about fat people instead of trying to fix the system, and 20 years down the road, then we know, okay, well, we got this one guy, he's still making fun of large people, and the large people are almost gone because the corporations aren't poisoning their thyroids anymore, making big profit, billions of dollars doing it. Well, where is he coming from? Where is he coming from? Where are we raising kids to grow up to look at somebody else and pick on their ailment? Pick on a condition given to them by the environment, or television commercials. And then we fix that. We find out where it came from. I think when we talk about things as adults, we can solve real problems. But when we hide things and push them away and take things that shouldn't be allowed, take things that shouldn't exist in the mind of the adult, and things that we want to go away in the future, but we cover them up, then they'll stick around. Facebook doesn't like the connection between 5G and bioweapons. Rated it false and gave me a spanking. Yep, Jennifer is supposed to. It's supposed to have. You're supposed to get spankings, Jennifer. If you start saying 4G causes problems with immunity and linking that to 5G and disease, they're supposed to spank you. They got to sell advertisements for Cisco. They got to sell advertisements for Huawei. That's just how greed works when you have social media platforms that give huge subsidies from government and tax breaks, which are paid for by the citizens, but they're pretending they're for-profit corporations. No, they don't get to censor. They don't get to, because that was that false debate. We destroyed that, Jennifer, where they said, Facebook is a private platform. That's another thing, I was wrong. I used to say that. I don't mind being wrong. It's called growing the hell up. It's a private platform. They can do what they want to do. And I said, no, actually they can't. Not if they're taking money from government. Nope. No, that is a public platform. Facebook, social media, all of these big social media platforms in bed with government, getting tax breaks. You paid for that. You paid for that, and they're blocking your speech, Jennifer. Everything Jennifer Carroll got to say, and she finds it important enough to make an audible message, I need to hear. And I paid for the platform. That's my stance now. So I agree with that. Totally agree with that. But that's what they're going to do, because they're a for-profit organization right now, and they think they're a private company. And they think that their profits don't come from tax dollars, and they think they can exist without people. So they're doing what they're supposed to do, and we need to do what we're supposed to do. That's right. Spoke for heart. I respect that. G. Fear porn. Yeah, Harley, everybody should speak from your heart. Speak from your heart. And anybody who has a poison heart, we need to go to where that heart was cultivated and fix the things where that person came from. That's how you fix things, the environment. That's that sociology approach, which I always respect. Salad is my dessert island food for real. All right, Anna, that's good. I'm glad. You know what, Anna? Man, y'all need to check out Anna Kulhanek. I ain't on her level. I am not on her level. Oh no, salad is not my dessert. Now I can put it in a smoothie and put a bunch of apples and bananas and some coconut milk in there, and it's dessert-ish. Got ish. The salad is not my dessert. I'm not. I haven't caught you, and I'm getting up there in level. My dessert is like I'll eat Fruit Loops. I'm real talk. I'll eat Fruit Loops for dessert. I used to eat them every damn day for like breakfast, but now, nah, once, twice a week, I'll eat me some Fruit Loops for dessert. You know, and that's it. The best thing I can do to catch up to Anna, I will use I'll make avocado ice cream. I'll do that. Take an avocado, put a little coconut oil in there, not coconut oil, coconut milk, rice milk, oat milk, hemp milk, whatever you want. Stir it up, throw some blueberries in there, grind up some apples if you want in your blender, toss that in there, and you can make an ice cream. You put it in the refrigerator, let it chill for about an hour, take it out. It's just like you're eating it, just like ice cream. It's delicious. You can add some honey to it if you want to make it sweet too. Any fruits, you can put them in there. So that's the best thing I can do when it comes close to Anna and dessert. But salad's not, I love salad, but not that much. All right. Uh-oh, y'all fussing. What y'all fussing about? Ooh, nobody's a terrible person. Everybody is just a person. Everybody's forged by their environment. There's no such thing as bad people. No good people, no bad people, just people. That's it. Sag Guru said it, I agree with it. You know, all you have are people and environment. And if people are in rough environments, they're gonna oscillate more on the rough side. I was super big at 20 because I ate garbage and didn't exercise, and people treated me like garbage to a point where I was extremely depressed. My self-worth was based on others' views. Bad water too. It's all of that, Kimberly. It's all of that. Right? Because I got called to bad names and stuff like that. I had low self-esteem. I could never speak in front of people. And you know what the funny thing, for a little while I was doing public speaking. After I lost the weight, after I got my self-confidence back, and after I realized that I was played as this nonsense. You know, and this is what we want. We want people who are confident. You want people who are strong, physiologically, psychologically. Like, this is what we're supposed to be doing. This is the people who are discovering consciousness, not dealing with the fact that, you know, they have to live under a system that poisons. It's really more about sugar, at least for alternative healthcare point of view. Sugar is a horrible thing, as Anna knows. Sugar is the demon. A synthetic sugar, not real sugar, synthetic sugar. Sugar, carbs, and chemicals are also mental, physical. Sugar, carbs, and chemicals also mental/physical health and clean water consumption. At least that's what I found. You know, and I think it's different from everybody, Kimberly. Everybody's got a different body. 7 billion different human beings on this planet who have 7 billion different shapes that they all should have, 7 billion different sizes, and probably a different complement of herbs, vegetables, and things that they should be eating. Everybody needs to go their own way, find what works for you, and keep doing what works for you. And definitely cut back on that gluten. Deborah Gerard has every right to speak out his experience, which is what he's doing. But yeah, that's all I'm doing. I think hopefully Deborah knows that. Deborah knows that, I think. But we do this, y'all. And anybody who came in late don't understand how the family gets down. This is what we do. We learn. Like, this is not a quick to the point. Oh, this brown bald-headed dude gonna tell me something. I'm 62 and he gonna tell me something. No. This brown bald-headed dude was born in bullshizzle society, and he got a lot of bullshizzle with everybody else. All we do is we throw things out. The only thing I really try to do, like I said, I just try to get people talking. And if we all can be honest and say what we really feel, then we can have a real discussion. I don't like fake discussions. That's why I don't really like Facebook. Every day is dying more for me. I want real discussions. I want to be able to say things and Deborah Chandler speak her real true setup and who she really is. I need to hear that. You know, I need to hear what Harley's got to say. I need to hear what Anna's mind and Kimberly, and not just me, but people who watch these videos later. Like, you can see the evolution in these people and in me, because this is just a discussion. That's all it is. When you find people who know it, then that's when you need to run. That's when you got somebody who should be a politician. That's when you need to run. That's when you got somebody who need to go on ABC and say, "Oh, the cuckoo virus is natural and organic." And all the flu is, but how it was used, probably where it came from, and the other scientists who disagree. All right. Let me see. I want to get past that. I don't want to do because it's emotional. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I know it's a rough emotional thing, but I think they give us these terms to give us to combat with each other. You know, the whole fat shaming thing. I'm gonna leave that where that's at. Like this other term. I don't like this term. This new one. What they come up with? Social distancing. The hell is that? I'm sorry. Now, is it smart to like give people space during flu season? Yes. You don't need a term. It doesn't need a phrase. You don't need to come up with a thing and start a whole global campaign. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. We found something new. We done made something up that everybody's social distance. I hate your terms. I hate them. But that's that corporate America side. They kept coming up with these new terms and stuff like, no. Flu season, you stand back from people. Somebody coughing, you walk in the other aisle. Wash your hands. This is what you do on flu season. All right, that's it. They don't need to have a name for it. They use these names to try to control the population half the time. So that's awesome. But you know what? I don't think there's any disease. Thank you for that, Christine. Sent the name of the doctor. Let me see. Roping things back around. No, I'm all for the apocalypse. I think we should see some zombies walking in the street. I'm all for it. I hope it happens. Now, I state my earlier point. This is an opportunity. A lot of us have prayed for it. We need to do something with it. We have an opportunity to fix the world. Are we going to fix it? Are we going to fix it? Or are we going to fight to keep it the same? The politicians are going to fight to keep it the same because that's what they're supposed to do. They're going to do everything they can to get you hating Donald Trump or loving Donald Trump or hating the UK Prime Minister, loving it. Didn't he come down with it too? I don't really care. I don't care when any president or prime minister or somebody in Hollywood gets the flu during flu season. That's not news to me. That's not news. Flu season comes, people with immune challenges get the flu. People who are strong and healthy, got governments that's behind healthy organic food and subsidize that, they don't get sick as much. They don't see the symptoms. So that's not news to me. But that's the whole point. You know, I'm fine. We either go back to an egalitarian society, all working together, or we go forward to a resource-based economy where everybody's equal, utilizing technology and robots to do the heavy lifting. But I think we should use the time that we have now. I don't think we should let this go to waste. I think we can save a lot of people if we start putting in core foundational changes to a sick system. I tried to eat healthy the other night, started with salad, got indigestion so bad I thought I needed hospital. Well, Patricia, that's because you got to go slow. You got to go slow. I'm gonna say you got to. Some people crash into like being vegans and vegetarians and stuff like that. I couldn't do that. From what I noticed, my body, and I think most people, the human body can adapt to almost any condition, but you got to go slow with it, right? You want to slowly start to introduce in your body things it's never seen before, like avocados. I love them now. I used to hate them in the beginning. When I first got them, Patricia, I would have the most horrible bubbling and just sounds that I didn't even know my stomach could make. I didn't even know sitting on the toilet that I didn't even know. Them colors, you got the color of the rainbow inside. Everybody got a rainbow inside. Everybody has a rainbow. You're beautiful on the inside, people, because I saw colors, Patricia, I ain't never seen before. Never. But after a while, my body's like, okay, it took me about like 6 months to a year. My body's like, okay, that's an avocado. That's what it looked like. This is how I break it down. This is how I utilize this, that. We need to create more of this enzyme to break this down and do this. Somebody else who knows like gut bacteria and stuff, how all that works can explain it to you. But it takes a while, right? And your body gets used to it, then it starts utilizing it more and more efficiently. And that's when that upside of that curve came. Initially, when I started eating healthy, it's like, my body's like, salad? The hell is that? What is green leaves? What are you doing? Yeah, you think you a cow now? My body it had the enzymes for like breaking down glyphosate, and frozen pizza, and chemicals, and meat, and all these other things I used to eat. But after a while, It figured it out. But go slow with it. Don't give up on it. This is what we're supposed to eat. This is how we evolve. Pizza is not a vegetable. Vegetables are vegetables. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what my stomach said, Patricia. And it would say that audibly. It'd be like, "Where's the pizza? Where's the vegetable pizzas?" All right, that's horrible. Let me stop. True cures are full spectrum. Any singular/linear cures are usually temporary. Yes, Kimberly Jackson, that's one of the big failings in Big Pharma. They need simple answers because they're simple-minded, right? They need that one thing. You have an industry that requires they make a synthetic compound that they can patent to make profitable. Therefore, if the only tool you have is a hammer, then everything has to look like a nail. And this is where they fail because they're always after one compound. And the natural industry does this too, where they get lost. Your body wants to see a spectrum of compounds, minerals, nutrients, and enzymes when it eats as muchly in a raw format, fresh as possible. But you have companies, they make the best, they make the most money, they're most profitable if they can just say it's one thing, when it's all of it. So it's a spectrum. It's a spectrum. You know, a cure, well, I don't know what a cure is. I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. But if you want to give your body the best chance of healing something, you have to take your body back to the way it's been eating for millions of years. Raw, leafy, deep greens that grow low to the ground, which is what we ate the most, that were the most prolific all over this planet. All from the time we were like mice, like marsupials, to monkeys, we ate fresh, raw things. Only in the last 100 years, did we discover cereal and chemicals. These things didn't even exist. You got to take your body back to eating. Back to eating. There you go. Self-deception, which is really all the self is. Ooh, bow fine, dropping heavy bow drops. Self-deception, which is really all the self is. That's what a self is. You're not a self. You've never been a self. They teach us to be selfish and be selves and divide up from everything else. And we're not. We're all connected. We're all one. We're all a part of this one great interconnected everything. You can't shame somebody else without shaming yourself. You can't hurt somebody else without hurting yourself. You can't bomb somebody without in some way feeling it yourself. We're all connected. And self is an illusion. Self is completely an illusion. You are connected to everybody, and everything you do is going to come back either to haunt you or to help you. But we're all connected. Self is completely an illusion. Yep, long-term water, fast. Hell yeah. Yeah, lots of water. I try to drink a gallon of water a day. I have not recently, Anna, because they're rationing. You know, you can only get 1 gallon of water in the grocery store, which is really stupid because it means I got to go to the grocery store on a regular basis to heighten my chances of getting seasonal flu and help other people get it. That was a really bad idea. All right, let me get down. I didn't even look at the news. I was going to take a moment and look at the news today. Somehow we got into the whole health thing, but we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to let it burn. Let's let it burn. Let's burn down the old. I don't want normal to come back. They can do everything they can to bring normal back. Normal was psychotic, psychopathic, and stupid. We don't need to go that direction. We can build a new society. Now the majority of people agree with some basic common sense things that we all can do to make government do government, to not rule. Everybody has more in common every single day. The priorities which have always should have been there. Do we have enough food? Do we have enough water? Are people secure? Are they safe? Instead of do we have a conflict-based survival of the fittest society going to make sure that the billionaires maximize as much money as they can make, as long as they keep poor people as low on the bottom of this Ponzi scheme pyramid as possible. I was told in Japan they chew 100 times. I heard that, Kimberly Jackson, that you're supposed to chew your food up a lot. I think grandmama said it. That's the first time I heard it. Makes sense to me, right? Because you apply that to what they say with blenders. When you blend the food up, the longer you blend it, the less energy it takes to break it down, and breaking things down into almost smaller, almost little cellular chunks, which makes sense. You know what is interesting? Take a rice diet for a whole day, only for 10 days, and you're so balanced, so intuitive, everything works out for you. Only rice and water. Your blood is purified. Um, I think there probably is a lot to that, Christine. Over our evolutionary time period. Well, no, 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 no. Over our evolutionary time period, we had a wide diversity of vegetable, deep leafy greens from different plants, fruits, vegetables, nuts, berries, just different things. Anything we could find, we ate. And so our bodies evolved to have, I think, the diverse compound, or it does the best when it has a wide variety of compounds to sift through to solve different problems in the human body. But it's phenomenal how little we can eat and still survive. The human body can take tons of abuse. You could eat rice and water for years, probably. You could probably eat manna for years. You probably could eat. There were people who had to eat this, right? There were people who had to eat like grains, bread. They would eat bread and drink water, bread and dirty water, and that's how the poorest people lived throughout Europe for the longest time. The human body can withstand lots of abuse. But I think you feel better now if you just eat rice and water, probably because you're not taking in chemicals and GMOs and all the other things that our bodies have never seen. And that gets back to that whole Dr. Sebi point that the Brazilian doctor told him when he first started, which is stop eating poison. Your body can heal itself literally if you just stop eating poison, which makes sense. Darkness and evil have leftover. Wait, let's go down. Let's get Harley used to. That's back when y'all were fussing. That's okay. Yeah, sometimes you gotta fuss, I guess. Yep, I'm not concerned about the cuckoo virus. I have everything I need to heal it right here, right now. Yeah, Anna, and that's the way we should be. I'm not concerned with it either. People die every flu season. They got this whole thing going and they're trying to utilize it and capitalize on the disaster as much as possible. I think we as a human race, as citizens, should finally say, okay, y'all had a good run, but that's enough. We're done. Y'all did this to us for thousands of years. We're not gonna play this game no more. We're going to take care of everybody, and we got enough for everybody. Or we're just going to send this back to the agrarian ages. We'll break up in small tribes. I'd rather live that way than to continue living on an psychopathic economy that we've had. Changing your mind is a sign of a healthy brain. Yeah, it is, Lori. It absolutely is. I never had a healthy brain, Lori. My brain was mentally ill, sick, destroyed, poisoned. I ate my Fruity Pebbles, Captain Crunch. My brain was jacked up. Because, I knew I was right. You couldn't tell me nothing. Growing up, it does some amazing things. But it takes a little while. It's hard, though, too. It's not easy. It's hard. Because when you really ingrain in that this is the real world, that this is how this works, it's really hard to take in something else. It's hard to take it in. It's hard to believe that a lot of what we built our life on and built our life around is a lie. And usually a lie to control us or a lie to hurt us. It's hard to do that. It's a blue screen. It takes a little while. That's why I try to surround myself with as many intelligent people as possible who also can look in the mirror and say, you know what? I need to fix that. That's broken. I need to stop trying to fix your mirror and I'm going to go ahead and fix mine and focus on mine. Healthy brain and guts flexibility. Yes, it should be flexible. Being kind is important. Yes, it is. It is, Lori, because if you're not kind, it comes back. When people get hurt. When you're not kind, it comes back. Lori, because I was thinking about it earlier when we were talking about it, how we talked about the police a long time ago, and people run around here yelling, well, they're not now, but they used to be before the cuckoo flu came through, before flu season started and everyone got scared, is, you go give a police officer a bad day because he's a police officer, right? Pulls you over, you got attitude, you're mad, you're angry, you're late for work, watching YouTube videos, watching other police beat up people, but you're going to give this officer a hard time. And you piss them off. And you give them a bad day. You do that Dukes of Hazzard thing. You speed off and kick up that mud. Officer get all this mud on his uniform. What the hell, you bastard? He's being nice to you and courteous, because most police are. And his day gets to him, his supervisor cusses at him, this happens, something else happens, somebody gets away. Doesn't get the promotion, now he's in a bad mood. And just so happens, school lets out at 4 o'clock. So now while the first person he ran to was proud, Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, whatever it is, now you got a cop that's really pissed off. You gave him a bad day, he's now in a bad mood. He's looking to take one out on somebody. Why? Because when you got the authority, you can do that, and misery loves company. And so that kid who gets out at 4 o'clock, got that attitude, runs into that cop, and the next thing you know, somebody's shot, dead, beat up on television. And the first person early in the morning with that attitude will never piece together that they gave somebody else a bad day. And that whirlwind of hurt, as Johnny Cash said, comes right back around. Right back around. Our kids largely are victims of our ignorance, and we need to stop being ignorant. Great cast so far. Thanks, Meg. Well, I'm about to get out of here in a minute. So I missed a whole bunch of good comments. There's a whole bunch of comments up here that I got to get going. I got things to grow today. I got things growing on. Oh, yeah. Avocado chocolate mousse is also really yummy. Ooh, you know what? No, I've never done that. I've never done an avocado chocolate mousse. I'm going to give that a shot, Anna. I did a smoothie I found very delicious. Chocolate and I put cacao in the smoothie with avocado and, of course, the creaminess, which was the banana and the coconut milk. And I put cherries and cacao. You're talking about delicious. Oh, my goodness. And, of course, a lot of deep leafy greens. You had to get your deep leafy greens in there. You came from marsupial. It grows low on the ground. Some dandelions, get them in there. Make sure your dog didn't pee on them and the neighbor didn't have the dog pee on them first, because you don't need that extra urea in your smoothie. You don't need a urea smoothie. Oh my gosh. Cacao and cherries. Oh, woo. Delicious thing. A lot of delicious food. Like people say, oh, eating healthy is nasty. No, actually it's not. You just got to spend time. Yeah, eating healthy was nasty 40 years ago. Today is delicious. Today is delicious. But you got to go spend some time on YouTube. You got to start watching ABC News telling you that the cuckoo virus is natural and normal. You should be fearful of it and be locked in your house on lockdown like an inmate without an ankle bracelet. You got to stop watching that and go look at things that make you healthy and strong. Our bodies are wonderfully adaptable, aren't they, Lori? Amazingly adaptable. How come I'm seeing messages retracted? Did y'all heal up? What happened? Because I think Harley and Deborah got into it. I'm seeing things getting retracted. Is that YouTube, or is that y'all saying, yeah, you know what? I probably said something I shouldn't have said. Yeah, I kind of get it now. I got triggered, because we all get triggered. It's just what happens. We're designed to be triggered. Why does it say messages retracted? Did y'all delete them? Because I didn't delete them. I am putting y'all on the spot because I want to see if y'all got that love thing going on. I want to see if y'all say, yeah, you know what? I probably went too far. Hey, listen, I've been locked in the damn house watching Netflix. How many times can I watch the same damn shows over and over? I'm a little pissed off. I deleted a few because I typed them incorrectly and hit send. Oh, okay. All right, Anna. Yeah. No, I was watching. Harley and Deborah's were being deleted. I didn't know if Facebook, if they were like really getting aggressive, going back and forth, or they were kind of like, yeah, I probably went a little far. I probably shouldn't have went that far. So I was just curious because I don't know. We never know what they're doing with the software, and so I didn't know. I was just curious. How dare you, Harley, call me evil? You're despicable. Oh, whoa, y'all still go? I guess not. Never mind. I'm sorry I brought that up. I thought that y'all were healing. People were hurt, Gerard. That's why they deleted them, but we have our flaws. Everybody does, Christine. Everybody does, and admit them. And and the thing about that, letting stuff play out in public is a good thing, because there are more people actually watch these videos than comment. There's always more people just watching, and you have no idea what you say, how it can help somebody else. Like, even while they're going back and forth, we didn't have this whole thing. Somebody else could be healing from that. Somebody else is learning from it. Somebody might learn something from there. And that's why it's a good thing to do things publicly. We learn as a family, like, airing our laundry and moving forward. And so, like the whole Lyme disease, y'all got into that discussion. There are other people who have trouble with Lyme. And I'm not saying Lyme disease is curable. I'm not saying it's not curable. I'm saying there are people who had Lyme disease and they've said it's gone away because they changed their diet and how they live. And if I had Lyme disease, I wouldn't care what anyone else thought either. I wouldn't care what Big Pharma had to say. I wouldn't care what doctors had to say, the news, government, or the hippies. If somebody did that and it went away, I'm gonna go do that and try to get mine to go away. That's it. I wouldn't care what anybody has to say. But I would find someone who was trained in that discipline. You know, like I'm not into the whole professional thing. I got my license sheet of paper, whatever. But, you know, that paper means nothing. But the fact that someone is taking it seriously enough to become a naturopathic doctor or herbalist and work with these things, get some training, run some experiments, and become someone who's proficient in it, not somebody who just saw it on the internet and wants to give it a shot, that's a good thing. So there's always good things come out. Generally what happens, it's like a family. Family's supposed to fight. Family's literally supposed to fight. They're supposed to fight because they're one and they're divided at birth, and their indoctrination is usually what's about it. I find it easy to forgive people because I think I finally realized that it was never me fighting with people. It was just what I knew or what I thought I knew. And I'm not an I, like Beaufont was saying a little earlier. There is no self, right? It's indoctrination sparring against indoctrination. It's not even the people that are sparring. It's not even the gods and goddesses that are right here. It's literally the things that they were taught or ingrained in them. So it's not even people that fight. It's just their indoctrination. So I don't take anything personally because it never is personal. I don't know me, so I guarantee you, I love y'all to death, but y'all don't know me neither. If I don't know me, and I've been with me of my whole damn life, and I'm still trying to find out who I am, I guarantee you, none of y'all know who I am. So nothing anybody says really hurts my feelings, because yeah, this, you know, the dude that I'm riding, this monkey ship that I'm driving, oh, it's lived on oppression. It's lived on the monies from genocide. It's lived on the taxes and the government that's blowing up the planet, burning everything up, speeding up climate change if possible, destroying ecosystems. There's definitely big problems with this monkey right here. This 98% monkey, big problems with it. And I accept that there are big problems, and there's a lot of things I got to change about it. And I'm gonna do the best I can to change them in public so people can see that. You know, I was raised to be all apathetic. Oh, you're right. You're right. Get out there and show the world how right you are. You know, not by parents, but just by society. Being wrong is healthy. One must have respect for your internal homeostasis, and that should be altered slowly. Makes sense, Anna. That's what I'm thinking. I'm theorizing, and that makes sense. And have respect for it. I ate a ton of beet greens and stems, too many, had red loose poop. Yeah, Lori, I thought that was actually sickly at first, but I saw the colors of the rainbow. I was like, I'm gonna die. No. I ate a salad, now I'm gonna die. You know, it must have been poison, because this was back when I was, I guess going back 15 years ago. We were still talking about Typhoid Mary. If y'all are old enough, y'all remember Typhoid Mary. You eat a salad and it's got some poo-poo on it, or some E. coli or something, you get sick and die. I saw them colors, I was like, oh no. It's like, no, your body's just adjusting. Let it do it. Your body make weird colors and odd, strange smell gases when it's trying to figure out how to break something down. Yep. Never stop growing. Nobody's right or wrong. And that's where I'm at, Lori. And I think that's a problem. Because when you don't think you're right, then people have nothing to fight with. And when you're okay with them thinking they're right, then they don't want to fight with you. And it's just weird. And it's like I'm noticing, like, friends of mine, when they start going through that discovery and they're realizing who I'm becoming, and they realize, oh, well, you don't really want to fight with me? Like, no, why to fight with you? I'm not saying it like in the back of my mind, in the back of my head is just like, yeah, I just see an avatar. I don't actually see a person. I'm trying to see the spirit that's within and don't get discombobulated over the avatar, right? Yeah, anyway, that's it. I'm gonna have to get going. I got all kind of produce I'm growing for these people in this neighborhood. I was lucky. I grew up with a garden in my backyard. When I was hungry, I went outside and picked food. Yes, that's a great privileged upbringing, Anna, and we should have more kids that are doing that and want to do that, knowing that they're being told to eat poison by their parents in these television commercials. That is a great upbringing that makes healthy, strong kids, which is why we have to cheer what is good to do. I was told in Japan they chew. Okay, after 100 bites, we did that. Let me see. Can you get 5-gallon water jugs and fill it up at the water station? That's how we do it. It tends to be about a 40. It tends to be about 40 a gallon. It's reverse osmosis, so need to add minerals to it. Anna, what I like is goodness gracious, I forgot the name of the site, and I'm not there yet. What I want to do is actually I want to get glass jars because I got to get away from these what is it it's so many three-letter acronyms is poisoning people nowadays. What's in plastic? What's in? It's so many of them. I just get so confused. I look at California and their water. They always got something new in that water. I don't know what the hell is wrong with California's government, but they're always trying to put some new poison. Is it PCBs? What's the thing in plastic? In receipts too. But that's in all the water. BPAs. There you go. The BPAs. I want to get past that. So I don't want to have plastic bottles. Glass makes sense, but glass isn't sustainable to keep buying from big corporations. So I'm gonna get a big glass jug and go to that website. I know one of y'all knows the name of it, where it shows you where your local springs are. To me, that's winning. To me, like that's the club I want to be in. I got to get to that level. I'm still at BPA grocery store level, making me susceptible to the cuckoo flu anytime it comes in, whether it's cancer, lung disease, or some bacteria. I want to be on that level and go fill up glass bottles and bring them back from spring water. That's what I want. Spring water. I want to do spring water. But there's a website that you can put in your zip code and it will bring up your local springs. That's the level I want to be at. I'm not there yet. I heard rice absorbs arsenic. Kimberly, I literally heard rice has arsenic in it. I read, what was that? It was, I guess, it might be tying in with earlier China racism. But they said that the rice coming out of China had like arsenic in it or something, that it absorbs whatever it's in and around. So you know what, it's the news. I trust like 2% of it. I don't believe the billionaires' news. I have no idea. I know we eat rice. I know that. Grown in healthy grounds as much as possible. Not pristine. That's it, pristine. Not pristine, white, bleached, enriched rice, but just rice. Like brown, dirty rice, brown, blue, purple. Rice come in all kind of colors. Green. You got all kind of weird rice, speckled. That's the rice we should be eating. Not one type of rice in one box with Uncle Ben on the front that you can put in the microwave. It's supposed to be all different types of rices, cross-pollinating, growing together. Growing out in a rice paddy with rice and water. It's just fresh and clean. That's what we should be eating. It's what we've always eaten. That's what we should be eating now. Wally World. What? Miss Tree, you fake newsing? Wally World's not a real place. Stop it. Y'all lying. You lying? Wally World, that was from Lampoon's Vacation. That's a real place. I'm sorry. I'm like, that's a real place? Wally World? Somebody's being mistreated at Wally World? Well, it's Wally World. I grew up on National Lampoon's Vacation. Who was that? Chevy Chase? That's a real place? I didn't know that. I thought Wally World was for the television. I thought that was Hollywood. Paradigm shift are challenging. They are honest. Sometimes you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. Now's the time to break some eggs. Give me the zombie apocalypse or give me death. Give me an egalitarian society or one where we use automation to feed everybody and equality with very few heroes. We don't need a government. How about a facilitator? Let them debate and go over everything they want that's outside of sovereignty, leaving the human beings alone, and natural law given rights of any creature to fly where you want to fly, walk where you want to walk, eat what you need to eat. No, none of them own the land. They never have. This idea of ownership is the problem. There's always somebody that was there before you, that somebody before you killed, murdered them, raped their women, killed their children, and then indoctrinated the rest to be a part of their society. We don't own anything. We're a part of an ecosystem. When we go back to acting like we're an ecosystem, great things are going to happen. Until then, I prefer the zombie apocalypse, any apocalypse, because that's far better than the normal world. Normal. You know, people retiring on murder, death, and destruction. Oh, that's what many call it, a big old chain. Okay, mystery. I know what you're talking about now. You're talking about the big D word, the big D. Yes, okay. As Gerard says, I was born them, I would be them. Absolutely, Lori. And that's the biggest thing. And well, Gerard don't say that, Lord. Gerard stole that from somebody else. Literally jacked it. I jacked it. I don't know who I jacked it from. This is ancient wisdom, just truth. You would be anybody that you're sparring with. Literally, you'd be anybody, and just for the sake of not trying to stir things up, but make an example. If Harley was born Deborah, Harley literally would be Deborah right there. And if Deborah was born Harley, Deborah be Harley right there. And they'd literally be in the same discussion they're having right now. They'd be in the same discussion. It would be very similar, if not the same. Environment forms people. And I think the more we accept that, and the more we realize that, the less we have a need to even spar with anyone. It's kind of pointless. Like, if we're just avatars, then what's the point of having any sort of heated debate and hurting anybody? We don't ever really know what's true. That's why I don't do conspiracy theory. Like, I love conspiracy theory from an entertainment perspective. I like to entertain them. But from a solutioning perspective, usually the theory has nothing to do with the solution. And I like to focus on solutions as an adult instead of like arguing over problems to get more votes on my team or more likes and subscriptions or whatever. I appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. I haven't seen a pop up in a minute. But we have to be human. We got to act like we're human. And being human is doing the right thing because it's the right thing. It's not doing the right thing because you're going to get cheers or claps or friends or anything from it. Doing the right thing is simply the right thing. We got to go back to just doing the right thing. Free the people from the bottom to the top. I doubt that. I don't hate in my heart, especially for people's cultures. I hear you, Harley. Well, I'm not going in between that. I'm just saying, I put it in my perspective. If I was raised in a poor white trailer park, and everybody I knew had mullets and shotguns, we did tractor pulls, we drank a lot of beer. And all the people I saw on television were dark people and acting a fool because that's all they put on television. They was always gang members and whatever. I grow up to think that they are problematic. I didn't know any in public. And if my daddy ran away, my mama raised me, and she barely could get the trailer paid for, let alone food on the table. If the Ku Klux Klan walked up to me and said, "I love you, brother, we love you, we're going to give you a job, you can feed your mama with this job," and whatever, I would be a Ku Klux Klan and I'd hate the brown monkeys. I would. I'm telling you right now, I would. I totally would. I just realized that I am highly susceptible to my environment. There's no question about that. Some people might be too strong and it's not even possible. But if you could raise me to hate me, and if you can control my television, my news, my food, my trailer, my mama, the divorce rate, if you can control all of that, I'm pretty certain you could make me into anybody you want to make me into, on accident or intentionally or unintentional. You can make me a Harley, you can make me a Lori, you can make me a Miss Tree, you can make me anybody you wanted to make me. If you control all of that, and I think that's what these kings and lords have always wanted. We live in a feudal society, it never stopped. They control everything. And while I don't think it's that methodical and they're that smart, but they know they create conditions that make people sick. They create conditions that get people to cheer war who know better. They make conditions that make us okay with genocide. They get conditions that make us go to Starbucks and drink Starbucks lattes and enjoy a sunny day and ignore the children in Colombia who had to grow the coffee beans and get paid a penny. So I'd be anybody. And I think when I finally accepted that I'd be Hitler if I were raised to be Hitler. I'd be Obama if I was raised to be Obama. If I saw what they saw and experienced what they experienced, like the psychology behind that is everybody thinks they're right. Nobody does anything and thinks they're wrong. And it's hard for me to argue with somebody who knows they're right because they think they're right and they know they're right. I'm like, why am I going to argue with that person? They don't think they're wrong. Everything they've done is based on their experiences, their data, their pain, what they've gone through, and who they've become. And it's pointless for me to argue with someone who knows that they're right from their perspective. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. Boom, boom, free the people. Boom, 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 boom. It's open forum. It's about all of us, Harley. That's it, Lord. It's an open forum. That's the only way we learn. Like, who was that? Who said I was deleting comments yesterday? Somebody Somebody's lying on me. Somebody's lying saying, oh, Gerard might be deleting your comments. No, I don't believe nothing. You go back and McDonald's Head 3.0 from the other day, her comments are still at the top. I hate this guy. He's stupid and crazy. He's never got any solutions. The comment's still right at the top. I mean, everything's welcome until you like really cause problems and delay discussion. I'm here to learn. I think a lot of other people here to learn. And that's the only way we'll do it is through open dialogue. Oh, wow, the moon must be in a conflicting sign. A bit of tension. You know what? It's tension planet, Christine. We haven't decided we want to make tension extinct. As long as tension is profitable, there will be tension. We can reduce the tension, I think, over time by giving people the bare necessities. Those simple bare necessities, the something. I got to make up a few words because I forgot the song. But when people have the bare necessities, the human necessities of life, they become beautiful things. Anything else puts them in conflict and tension. So we got an opportunity here. I'm all for the collapse. Let's make that happen. Let's keep it going. Let's make sure there's not a big corporation left. Let's act like we're scared. Oh my God, the virus! I'm not ever sharing Del Big Tree again after this is over. I'm not doing it. I don't want people to be calm. I don't want them in the street acting a fool, but we have an opportunity to build a whole world. The more people are scared, the more that they realize their government's not there for them, it's not there to help them, it's there to keep them in conflict with everybody. The more food they grow, the more they have to pull together as a collective, the better chance that we'll say, finally, whom much is given, much is required. We aren't going back to the normal world because the normal world was psychopathic and it was run by a cult that nobody knew. All right, got to get going. This is Gerard. Y'all have a wonderful day. If you can't get out there enjoying that sunshine, do something that...
Do you want a free?